Welcome, Internet, to the Play Some Video Games podcast. It's your boy, Dad Ninja Dev, joined as always by Donnie, Eat the Hype Reese, and Delvin, who is trying to face off against 100 British people cocks. Since Donnie ran away, how are you doing, Delvin?
I'm doing good. We whooping that ass. I'm glad that cop left. Now we can talk about that real shit.
Who are just audio listeners, yes, Donnie definitely looks like he is an undercover cop.
He does, 100%.
He cannot be trusted.
Yes. Like if I try to sell him a dime bag, I'm going straight to jail.
Straight to jail. No questions asked.
Yes.
Do not collect your 100. Yeah. Straight to jail. Welcome back, Donnie, Officer Reese.
Yes.
Officer?
Yes.
What?
You look like a cop.
Why?
Because of the hat and the white shirt.
Yeah, just you look like a cop.
What kind of
Like
cops
you're off
are you
duty.
hanging out with?
Undercover cops. That's
Yeah.
They're like, I'm trying to buy some weed. Like, should we sell you weed? Like, maybe
We
we
gotta ask you got to tell me if you're a cop, Donnie.
Yeah, that's the rule. You got to tell me you're a cop. If you're a cop, you got to tell me. That is not true, by the way, people. Don't fall for that shit.
It's not true.
That is fucking stupid.
That shit's been putting people away for decades.
Yes.
Yep. Battalion Chief Reese.
Yes.
That is correct. That was in rare form today, boys.
Well, how about you tell us about it? You said you had an anecdote, so let's just start with you, Donnie. Tell us about the
It's
illustrious
really not all that impressive.
week you've had.
It's not all that impressive. It's just more of like an office space, like moment of like work. These stories that like you and I bond over.
Yes.
I don't want to
Not
take
me.
up too long, but so I'll try to condense
It's
this.
our show. We do what we want.
That is this podcast.
Right.
We should call the podcast. I don't want to take up too long.
All right, so we've got this situation at work I won't get into, but a property is being condemned, and we have a lot of people that are about to be put out on the street because it's not a disaster. It's just the property's condemned. Like, they're very little reason. Like, the American Red Cross isn't going to help, right? Things like that. They're not going to help because there's no disaster to respond to. So we're helping a city navigate this. Like, we're there just working, helping, trying to help, trying to bring resources that we can, try to find where they're there to help. Okay. So I have to give you some backstory. This city and I have been cross, like me specifically, not my agency, me, because in the last year or so, they have adopted Teams, SharePoint, as like their my system replacement. They think they can do everything. Because what I do, like the things that I build, these pictures I send you, they look at those and they think they're just Excel sheets.
So they're stupid.
It's been a back and forth a couple times. They're not wrong, but Dev knows probably where this is headed. So we've had a few activations over the last year, hurricanes and stuff, where this has come up, where they just send me a spreadsheet and they're like, just load that in. I'm like, yeah, I'm not doing that. Because one, their data integrity sucks. Like it doesn't have the same columns, it doesn't have the same fields. Like, so I'm like, yeah, I'm not doing that. And our deputy director, who we brought on board within the last year, he used to work for this department. So he's really close with them. So when I push back on them, like he has a soft spot for them. He knows them. He worked with them for like a decade. And I was like, yeah, I don't care. I'm not doing that. You tell them I said that. like I'll tell them I said that. So we get the call to come help. I talked to their fire chief yesterday. Yesterday was like the pre-event. Today was like the actual event. Today they're going like door to door and issuing citations and stuff. There's also like, for anybody that's listening, Dev and Delvin have a little backstory that you guys don't. There's also like a human trafficking part of this. Like it's not like a giant thing, but there's a lot of people that need a lot of help. So trying to coordinate a lot of different kinds of assistance. So I talked to the chief yesterday, and he tells me like his plan. Their plan is they're going to go door to door, and they're going to give everybody a form. People are going to fill out a form. They're going to collect the forms. They're going to bring it back to somebody. That person's going to type it into SharePoint. And I told him, I said, hey, like, I know you know this.
I have an app for that.
I was like, this is kind of my shit. Like, I'm kind of nationally recognized at like one of the best in the world to do this. And yesterday I was up all night, man. I was so tired yesterday. Like I almost took the day off, and I told this chief, I go, I will come to your office right now and I will do this today. I was like, listen, I've got 7 hours the rest of my day that I can clear to do this immediately. if you want me to do it. And they said no. And then
Wow.
on a briefing with my actual boss, like the director yesterday, he reiterated that. Apparently they had spoke, and then he comes back to the team and he goes, they have their process. We're not trying to do it. It doesn't matter if we can think we can do it better. You know, like definitely clearly aimed at me, but not saying it to me.
Right.
Okay. So I get there today. I'm literally skipping over tons to try and make this not 20 minutes. I get there today. They're activated. They're very leery of everything they're using. They're not using my program. They're doing everything in their SharePoint. We sit down in the room where they start working, and the chief that's working on the assistance part is typing into the spreadsheet, and he goes, where are the rest of the records? He calls the guy in the next room that's doing intake. He goes, hey, where are the intake records? Are you not doing them? He's like, I've done 80 of them. He's like, why am I not seeing them? He walks over, confirms he's not seeing it, walks back to his computer, confirms they're there. So 365 isn't syncing. The internet in the room is not great. They're working off cradle points and stuff, so that's probably the reason why. There's another chief.
Cradle points.
There's another chief doing another part of the spreadsheet, but because it wasn't working, he just downloaded the spreadsheet and started working on his local computer.
Oh my god.
Then the first chief, who wasn't getting the updates, scared that he would mess up the table, created a clone of the table and started making his updates in there. And we are an hour into this, and there are like 9 different versions of the same fucking spreadsheet in SharePoint.
God.
And they all have their own little unique add-on notes from every one of these individuals, and none of it is together. And Dev, I'm sitting there like my eye is twitching. Like,
I can imagine.
At one point, they were like, we need somebody to go through the spreadsheet and identify who the students are. And I was like, I'll do that. Like, because I'm sitting there not doing anything because they're not using my program. So I was like, yeah, I'll do it. Give me access. So they get me access. I start combing through it and start highlighting. And one of the chiefs goes, oh, don't use that sheet. I'm working on that sheet. I didn't make any changes. I just highlighted a row. These are students. So I go, what sheet should I use? And he goes, not sheet, tab, the tab at the bottom. What sheet should I use? He goes, use this one. The other chief goes, don't use that one. That one's mine. And dude, I almost snapped. Like I almost like dropped the F-bomb from like the whole room. Dude, you look at me, my director is sitting right next to me and I go, what sheet are we putting edits in? Like you all are driving me fucking nuts.
Yeah.
And
I love it.
my deputy, he looks at me and he goes, you can do this a lot better, can't you? I go, yeah, I can. He goes, would it take you all day? I was like, now here's the thing. It's not an insignificant amount of the spreadsheet they're working on has about 50 fields. There's over 200 records. The fields aren't in the same format. So like there's a field, like for example, this is just one example, but there's many examples of this in the sheet. Like one of the fields are supposed to be numbers, but some people just wrote words in there too. Right. So like in a database, the integrity is poor. And knowing that, I looked at him, I was like, if this was like a normal day where we weren't activated and you didn't need it urgently, I was like, I would tell you this is a 2-day job. I was like, I can probably get this done in an hour or two. Like if I just headphones on, knuckles, get it done. And he goes, do you want to do it? And I was like, I was told under no uncertain circumstances to not take over their process. He goes, but you see what's happening. I was like, yeah, I see what's happening. Yes, absolutely.
I tried to head this off at the pass before we got here.
So he goes, so do you want to do it? And I was like, I was like, are you telling me to do it? And he goes, do you want to do it? And I was like, no. I'm not taking the blame for this. Are you telling me to do it? And he goes, I guess we'll just let them keep doing it. So this process continues for another 30 minutes. And then somebody deleted one of the tabs.
Oh my God.
In the sheet. And we had a group of like caseworkers and school staff and everything come in. And then guess what? They're all there to offer services. They don't know who they're offering them to. So guess who needs access to the sheet? 15 new people from different organizations that may not have Microsoft accounts. And
that don't work.
The way they granted them access, they're granting them access to a file drive. I was like, they need access to all the other sheets? And they're looking at me with these big eyes, and I was like, I can fix this for you in an hour. I was like, I'm not trying to... I was like, This is awful. This is maddening. You guys are working against yourselves. The big chief, like the chief, the incident commander, he walks in the room and he goes, how far are we? And the chief over our division goes, we haven't started yet. We're still trying to organize. This was like 2 hours in. He goes, you haven't made a single phone call yet? And he goes, we're working on it, so we're working on it. And when that happened, they're arguing and screaming at each other. I looked at my deputy director and I was like, I'm just going to do it. I don't care who I have to apologize to. We can't just let them do this. I'm just going to do it. And I put my headphones in and I didn't say a word for about 90 minutes. And then the big chief comes in and he goes, I need a briefing. And the other chief over our division, he's trying to talk around it. He's getting yelled at. The whole room is kind of quiet. And he goes, you've got all these people to help. And I look down and I go, I can help. And he goes, how? And I just spun my computer around. I had already matched all the columns. I preloaded it. I had it set up to when you selected that they had students or animals, it pre-populated other views. I had an assistance tab, color-coded search filter, counters, graphs, charts. Like, I did the whole fucking thing. And the chief goes, wow. And this is hilarious. The chief over my division, remember, the big chief is standing right next to him. The chief over my division goes, we needed you yesterday.
I was here.
I
He
said,
told me not to.
I offered.
I was told by no, sir, don't get involved. They have a process.
Yes.
Oh my God.
So this has been my day. Amidst this whole issue, amidst all this stress, I told you that, like, was it Monday? Yeah, I worked all night into Tuesday morning. It's been a rough week, but I did show off. My boss was like, like the director, the deputy that was with me. I think it was his first time like working like over my shoulder, him like actually seeing me go. He kind of knows this program. This program kind of has a bad rap across the country. And he goes, so everybody hates this program because they don't have like you. I go, yes. It's only as good as the administrator that's deploying and setting this up. I was like, I make it dummy proof for people. I set it up where you can't stop people from deleting tabs. You can't delete com. We have no data loss. I was like, yes. Everybody else just throws it to the wind and you wonder why it doesn't work. And then I looked at our EM guy at the city and I looked at him and I was like, listen, when it's just you three and you're all in the sheet together and you're the only one typing that in, you may think this is a lot easier. I said, but I hope you realize that sometimes U3 can turn into U300 like that. Yep. Now you're trying to bring all these people in SharePoint across different organizations. I was like, or you could just get with the program and stop trying to like push this rock up the hill. We've already solved this problem.
I do not understand why people think that SharePoint is like the end all be all. It does not work in large groups. It is a small, very small group thing that can work. And
drives me mad.
365, like if it's not syncing, it's not working. Like you have to make sure that everything is syncing.
Like Teams. They just like chat. They like that it's on a phone and they like that it's a chat. But the problem is chat doesn't populate dashboards. Chat doesn't populate analytics. Right. Chat doesn't capture locations. Chat isn't organized at all. I can't reference what happened in chat yesterday without scrolling through 1,000 messages. You can't have 300 people in a chat. That's why a regimented, detailed database viewer is valuable. like that's why this whole thing exists.
Oh, Jesus. If they would just listen to the actual IT people and let us do what we're there to do.
It's hilarious. Their IT guy talked to me and he was like, I love this. This is incredible. And then he told me, to get off this topic, he then told me that he collects laptops. He's got like laptops for like the last 30 years. And he collects specific like BIOS and like versions of Windows and stuff. He's like, I got like a Windows. He said Windows 1. I don't know what the fuck that is.
That is. Yeah,
he said I have a. He's like, I have a legit copy of Windows 1. I was like, what is Windows 1?
What is that? Is that before NT?
I was
between
like,
NT and 95?
Like 95, I think, is my first Windows. I was like, is that?
I know about Windows NT.
What is
Windows NT was before
1?
95. Yeah, I've never heard of 1. What the hell is that?
He was showing me pictures and everything. I was showing him my games. So he liked me. He gets it. He got it.
Yeah.
I was like, I don't know why your people are.
I got to tell you. Motherfucker coming at me telling me I have Windows 1 is some of the nerdiest shit I've heard in my life.
I told you. Like I
have the first Windows.
He's a legit He's a legit nerd, dude.
Wow.
I would
Me to
probably told him,
shame.
get the fuck away from me.
I showed him my
Windows
N64
1.
collection.
And
Wow.
and I am a nerd.
That's all
He
I
just
could
ain't
respond
that
with.
kind of nerd.
He
All right,
showed
that-
me all of his collections of OSs and stuff, and all I could respond with was, I have a lot of
It is
64 games.
Yeah, that would be my response. Like,
He liked it, though. He was like, that's really nice. He was like, that's really cool. He goes,
So
he-
Windows
he-
1 was released in 1985. It was their
Whoa.
first graphical shell
Wow.
on top of MS-DOS.
He has it. He has a copy.
That's
Why?
I showed it to him.
crazy.
the fuck he's gonna do with it?
It's just, he collects it.
He just keeps it in a museum like Indiana Jones.
Yeah.
Kind of like your arcade machines back there. Every now and
Yeah.
again, you pull it out and you play on it. I'm sure
Yeah.
he does the same.
It was pretty cool.
Yeah.
He did get the 64
use
thing. He
cool
got
as
with
the
the
word.
program. Unlike Rob 3000, he goes, dude, he goes, it doesn't get any better than like grabbing that cartridge. I was like, you get it? Ah, yes.
Exactly.
Of course he
One
does.
of us.
He's got Windows 1.
Windows 1, the original
Fucking
Windows.
Rob in here. Anybody playing 007 render on Pete? No, Rob.
Absolutely not.
Nobody's
No.
playing that shit.
Nobody wants to do that.
Take your sharp ass high resolution N64 games somewhere else.
Exactly.
We want it to look the way God intended.
Don't bring that shit Nintendo Shack. We're the low res group. We like our games at
The honest to
480p.
God truth. Madness. Absolute madness. Well, I'm glad that they finally realized that they've got a you and to just let you handle business because
We've heard this
Jesus,
story
let me
multiple
cook.
times in different versions of the story on this
Just
podcast before.
let
So I already
Johnny
knew
cook.
the new
Are we
okay?
live?
Yes, we are. I know.
Okay.
I've seen nothing come through chat. I
Yeah,
checked
I
to
was
make
like,
sure
there's
we were
thought it was
live.
no
me.
chat. I just opened the
Yeah.
chat to be like, put people on the screen, and there's nothing there.
And I was
Yeah, I
checking
made
to
sure.
see-
Yeah, we're live. There's 8 people watching
I
on
just checked
YouTube.
YouTube.
Listeners, if you're chatting, that means our chat's broken. We see nothing. We see zero
true.
chat.
Yes. Let me.
Ping me in the
Yeah.
Discord if you're typing something in the chat and we don't see it.
Yeah, we're live on both Twitch and YouTube, but yeah, no chat. There's 2
Ah,
people
there they
watching
are.
on Twitch. Hey, there it is.
Okay.
Young snurts.
Thank you for the confirmation.
We're alive.
Yeah, I see something here.
When I tell you I was stressed, like I had that like headache going,
Mm-hmm.
but I'm better now. It's been a better afternoon than morning.
Yeah, that's good. Very good. Yeah, my day yesterday was trash too. Today was much better. Much better.
Very
so
good. Very
I'm
good.
glad we both have had we hump day has been better, so we can coast into our weekends.
I got to go back tomorrow and Friday.
Well, I've had
I mean,
shit
I still got to go back to work. I got my
Luckily for
interview
me-
for my position on Friday.
Luckily for me, the deadline is Saturday, so but I'm not working Saturday, so I won't be there for the actual fireworks show.
Okay.
We also got storms coming, and I brought that up today. I was like, you guys aren't gonna actually put them out in the rain, right? Because that would be really bad optics. Like, don't do that.
Yeah.
Like, delay the closing if it's raining.
They're definitely going to do that.
Jeez.
I feel bad that I have to tell people that, but
Oh my
They
god.
going out in the rain.
I believe it. I believe it.
Much like a Missy Elliott
Delvin's
song.
like, listen, I'll get these people out of here today. I'm telling you, so like, not that it's actually really complicated because listen, like nobody has resources for people for this. Like the city's not going to do it. The Red Cross, like nobody wants the hot potato. But then it's an extended stay like hotel property. So then you get into question. We got people in wheelchairs. There's a person there with 9 kids. We got students in schools. If we could move them somewhere, like, are they in the same school district? Then what? Do they get transportation? We've got people that have somewhere to go, but they can't move their stuff. They're disabled. They can't lift the stuff. So who's going to lift their stuff? We're going to hire movers, or we're going to put it in a truck. You can put everybody's stuff in a truck. You can mix the stuff together. They're like it goes a lot deeper than I think most people would ever care to think about. There's a lot. There's medicines, there's medications, there's different types of assistance that people need. There's infants, there's pregnant people, like even in this one small hotel.
So what happened for the building to be condemned, and how long has this been a ramp up, or was it
It's
just like
unsafe.
all of a sudden?
No, they've been reporting it. They've been visiting the place, reporting it, and trying to get the owner to fix things and stuff for months. And I don't know. I haven't toured the property. I've just seen the outside. From the outside, it actually doesn't look half bad. But I've been told
usually how it
on
works.
the inside, it's awful. Like real
Jeez.
bad. So, and like I said, there was some prostitution stuff been being ran out of the hotel as well. So,
Fuck me.
I helped.
Sound
This is
I'll
America.
probably get yelled at for taking over, but I helped them do this better. So I've aided humanity today. I've done my part.
Sometimes you gotta just step in and do the right thing. Do what you
I
gotta
feel
do.
like that's IT in a nutshell. Is you fix somebody, you fix something, and you get yelled at for doing it because whoever was above you didn't realize that you needed to get this done. I'm dealing with this right now, where it's
That's
like
literally what I
got
told our deputy. I was like, dude, if he yells at me, oh well. I can't watch this anymore.
Yep.
Stop the madness. Like,
I have an employee who I'm dealing with that right now, where we've been trying to work towards something. So he's been working like out of class, trying to show like we need this type of position because if we don't, shit falls apart. And because of budget constraints and just the way things are working, they're like, yeah, we're not going to be able to do it. Okay, well, what are we going to do because he's working out of class? He's like, well, don't have him work out of class anymore. I said, okay, you have no idea what's going to happen when we do that. So now we're gonna have to mess around and find out. It's so frustrating.
damn.
But yeah, I have a interview for the position above me on Friday, and if I get it, I'm gonna be
It's yours. Come on.
yeah. You know, that's I still got to stay humble. If I get it,
I
I'm
appreciate
definitely
that, but I'll say it for you.
Nah,
gonna make
you
some
gotta-
changes.
It's yours if you want it, if they can afford you.
Yes.
Yeah,
That's the better. That's
Fuck
the
that
better
being humble
attitude.
shit. Where's humble ever got somebody? Nothing.
Yeah, so when I get this position, I plan on like I just do stuff. Like I didn't know I
Yeah.
could. It needed to get done, so we're gonna do it. That's just kind of
There
how
it
I've
is.
rolled for the longest. Like it needed to get done. I'm not gonna sit here and placate, the nonsense when I know exactly what needs to be done. We're gonna put in a process and we're gonna get it done. End of story.
Let me add something to it. Sorry, but I think
Hey,
you'll
good.
appreciate this more than most. I just told my wife this. I was like, you know what? I said, I wouldn't be so angry and like stressed and upset about it if they were even good at Excel. Their Excel spreadsheet sucked. They didn't have colors. They didn't have chips. They were typing in the same status over and over again. Just pure text, no formatting, no sorting of any kind, just straight text. Like I was like, you mean to tell me you stopped using all of this stuff because you told me you wanted SharePoint and Excel and 365, and this is your product? You're not even good
Right.
at Excel. You suck at this too. Like I could imagine, like Delvin, what we said earlier when you were like, when Dev was like, it's not that, because if you were good at Excel, you could replicate a lot of what I'm doing. Like I could replicate a lot of what I'm doing in Excel if I needed to. If that was the only thing I could have, I could do that. They didn't even do that.
Well, there you go.
They're just typing into Excel.
Yeah, if you're not using formulas and pivot tables and
Nothing.
references, then what are you even doing?
When I got
Yeah,
their
we-
database, I was like, this is your king? Are you fucking kidding me?
Yeah,
Now I'm
Excel is
doubly
an
angry.
incredibly powerful tool if you know how to use it.
Yeah.
Excel
Yeah,
can do
absolutely
a
is.
lot, but you
Excel
have to
and
know how
Access
to
can
use it.
do everything
Oh
Google
my
can
God, Access! Yeah.
if you put in the work to do it.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely.
Most people
Yep.
don't.
Unfortunately, if
Power
they just
BI.
see Excel
Excel.
and Power
Power
BI.
BI
Yeah.
can do everything I'm doing with clicks of buttons.
Mm-hmm.
Literally, it's almost automated.
Yep. We had one programmer who was really good at Power BI, and he's since left. And now we're trying to replicate that and get somebody who also knows Power BI. We have somebody who's supposed to be starting
I'm
soon.
certified.
They're coming from Ohio. We got
certified.
somebody from Ohio. Nice. Well, you want this job? I don't think you want to move out to California.
Bakersfield,
You don't want that, Donnie.
Los
Trust me.
Santos.
Nope.
Basically, yeah. I'm out here where Trevor's from, so you don't want that.
That's my favorite part of the game.
Yeah.
1000%. That's the best part of the whole damn game.
Oh man, but yeah. Ugh. IT, boy, I'd say it's something else. Something else. You never get the praise for all the things. Like we make all the things happen. Like y'all can't work if we don't do our jobs. Like
By
and
the
it's
time I
just,
left-
it's so thankless.
They had already transitioned intake everybody over. They had like 43 assignments. They were already working. And then Destiny told me that the big chief, presented to the city management with my dashboard behind him. He was pointing at the wall and
You need to put a little like
I told her to
watermark.
take a picture and then let me frame it. I'll put a picture of them presenting on my stuff. Send it to him like a Christmas card or something.
Brought to you by Donnie.
Donnie.
Donnie. That's good. You could do all of our names in the Sonic font.
You really could.
Devin.
Yeah.
That works.
Yeah,
We need somebody on that.
we really should.
Make it happen, Kyle. Kyle the Pug, make it happen. You be clipping stuff. Figure
I
it out.
watched
piece
Kyle
of
the
shit.
Pug, by the way. I was lurking. I had you playing, it was like golf. You're playing Mario Golf, like advanced. I hung out and watched Kyle for a little bit.
This goddamn pander. Like, I know I'll get Donnie in. I'll play some fucking golf games.
Hey, that's how you get my attention.
That'll bring up the views,
I'm
goddamn
playing Claire Obscure. Who gives a fuck? No, you play some Mario Golf. I'm there though. Like, yo,
If it's golf, I'm showing up.
hey,
Oh, man.
I'm interested.
Nice. Have you had any game time at all, Donnie? Any
I
game
played
time?
Schedule 1 on my Steam Deck. I played Mario Golf. I've been playing Mario Golf on my Switch all week. So
The hell is Schedule 1?
Drug dealer game.
we didn't talk about this.
We talked about.
I
I,
don't
think we talked
recall.
about it on.
Was
Shaq.
Dev not here?
No, we talked about it last week, and Dev
That
wasn't here.
Yeah.
Wasn't here.
Schedule
Yeah,
1
wasn't
I'm
here,
playing
man.
on Steam Deck. It's this new kind of like hipster game. I found it on TikTok. It's a sim game. Think like graphics like, I don't know, like Parappa the Rapper kind of. Better than that, but like in that style, I guess. And it's a simulator game. It's a drug dealer simulator.
Okay.
So and it's deep, like it's real. It's real good. Like it's really good. So like you get like some seeds, you get a hotel room, and you start planting your first plant. You clip the plant, you bag the plant, you go and sell the plant. You get more money, you get more pots, you make more. Suddenly, you got to get a bigger space. Now you got to get dealers. The clientele, they all got different tastes, different kinds that they want. You got to remember that. Build it for them. Rich people want higher end Kush. It's not just weed. You can transport it into other things. It is. It's somewhat addictive. Very good though. Very good game.
Interesting. So they're raising the new drug dealers here with
That's
Schedule 1.
exactly.
Yes.
Delvin was like, "Wait a minute, sorry." I was like, "Yes, you really are. Like, it's really the weed, though.
This is the masterpiece
mean,
song.
It's
in
like
the
drug
game.
dealer for dummies game."
It'll teach you about business. It's teaching you how to run a business.
And cops, like the cops are constantly like circling around, and if they see you, like if you're running, they will like chase to like search you. If they see you do a deal, they'll alert and come in. You got to hide and all that jazz. And if they catch you, they'll take your money. They'll put you in jail. Take your stuff. You get bonded out. Like, it's a whole thing.
Wow.
Yeah,
The Wire, the video game.
it's pretty good.
I was
And it's
playing-
pretty fun. And here's the thing of all that, it's like really chill though. Cartoony, fun, little physics games. There's like a basketball court. You could throw a ball at it and stuff. Little dumb stuff.
Manufacture and distribute a range of drugs throughout the grungy city of Highland Point. Expand your empire with properties, businesses, employees, and more.
Put it
Schedule
on
1.
Switch.
Now on Steam.
Put it on Switch, you cowards.
Nintendo would blow a gasket.
They probably would. They'll
They
allow
have
all
worse
the
stuff for
hentai games, but I
I was
think
going to say, yeah.
yeah. I don't know if they would. I don't think there's been too many examples of Nintendo banning or not allowing a game on the eShop. Their eShop's been pretty wide open for a while.
Yeah, they ain't been putting anything on that shit.
Yeah, I mean, I told you
Yeah.
I bought Block Knockers. That's on the eShop. You can buy that shit. Like,
Hey, we know the Japanese love their porn and shit, though, so that makes sense.
I mean, who doesn't? Who doesn't like titties?
Who doesn't?
it's true.
Apparently, some
Game-
people like him a little too much. Boy, the way y'all talk about that GTA character, boy, I'm like, it's alarming.
Who's they?
What?
This is Black Twitter again?
No, it's not Black Twitter. This is Twitter in general.
I haven't seen a thing.
I haven't seen
The
any.
GTA
I have no
trailer came out.
idea what you're referring to.
And
Yeah.
people love.
Hold on, Delvin. Hold on. We need to transition to enter into Delvin's Corner. We are now entering Delvin's Corner. Talk about it, Delvin. You have the floor, sir.
Tell us about the streets. What's popping in the streets? We need a bumper for this.
We do. We got to figure out a transition.
I think it should be
Delvin's
like
Corner.
the Law and Order thing, like dun dun. And then it's just
So anyway, you were telling about
this
these
week in the
titties.
hood.
Let me tell you about what they're talking about, bro.
Let me talk to you.
This GTA trailer came out, right? And one is very funny, the response about it. Because people are like, there's this whole section of people who are like, I'm not playing it because it's anti-cop. Like, bitch, it's GTA. What the fuck are you talking about?
Wait a minute. What? Who?
Anti-cop.
It's
GTA.
It's in the name.
The name of the
Grand
game is a
Theft
criminal
Auto.
offense.
Yes.
That doesn't make any fucking sense.
I agree.
None.
So why are you signal boosting this dumbassery?
Because it's funny as fuck. then here comes the good part. People have seen the female character and have went fucking insane over her. I think it's Lucia or something like that.
Lucia. Mm-hmm.
Because they show the whole scene where it starts off and they show her walking and they show the clips. People are in love with this woman. And they are saying something.
Wait a minute, we knew that from the first trailer. They kind of went.
Oh, but even more so. It's now like the general public has found out that she's hot.
I still
and
haven't
they
seen a
have
bit
went
of this.
insane.
None of this I've seen on Blue Sky.
I've not seen any of this on Twitter either.
Well, I've seen a bunch of it.
It's gotta be. That says a lot about Delvin's Twitter. Then.
Oh, we know his Twitter is something special.
Now it's starting to make sense.
Snurts has seen it too. So Snurts knows what's up. Maybe he's
John
gonna be a
32
short
said he saw this on the news.
See? People have gone crazy over it.
We don't watch the news here, clearly.
America doesn't watch the news.
They're talking about how hot this animated girl is on the news. I doubt that.
You'll be surprised.
Who knows what it's Canada? Who knows what their news is? Much more news.
Oh, fair. I was like, our news ain't talking about that shit. I don't think.
Absolutely not.
I'm pretty sure that's not happening. I don't watch the news, but I'm staying pretty somewhat glued in. I don't think that's for real.
You'll be surprised. The news is now pop culture now.
Facts.
But people have been going like crazy over this character, and the first thing they ask, because it's GTA, can you fuck it?
Of course.
Wow.
It's GTA. I think they showed you that in the trailer. Like in the trailer, they have a scene with them. Like that's clearly there.
Yeah.
Why would you ask?
Because people are excited. People are very excited to get in this game and
that's
bang
like,
this
of course.
female character.
Give me that hot coffee mod. Let's make it happen. I'm sure that's what they're looking for.
They're like, they're like, this is what Miami looks like. I'm like, yes, this is Miami. This is what I see often in Miami. Like, yeah, this.
Wow.
They're changing their perspective on Miami.
Vice City, baby.
Game looks good, but I said it when I saw the leaks years ago. I'm excited for it.
Yeah.
I've been excited for it.
I've got some thoughts. I'll save them for the news.
Yeah, we'll get back into the GTA trailer and our thoughts on when we get to the news. But anything else you'd like to add to your corner?
No,
Del?
my week has been fucking shit. It's been fucking awful. It's been like legendary awful. Like everything that could go wrong has went wrong from Sunday on down to today. And today with the fucking crescendo where it was like, hey, it is now 6 a.m. in the morning. Where's my fucking paycheck?
Oh, no.
Like, yo, where's my goddamn money? Oh, there's been an error. We will have to bring you a check because we don't have your, like, excuse me? Nah,
The same people working on that program for Donnie.
Yeah, they're apparently working on my payroll.
Dude, years ago, you guys know how long I've worked at my job. So like, when I say years ago, many years ago, we had an HR person screwed up payroll, and they brought us into a meeting, and they go, hey, so we made a mistake. We're going to fix it on the next paycheck. We need you to float us.
No.
And everybody was quiet, and I looked at my boss at the time right in the face in front of the whole staff, and I go, so you can come pick up the car at my house, and I will report back to work when my next paycheck hits.
Yes.
He was like, I was like, yeah, I don't work for free, buddy. That's not how this works. Figure it out.
This is not a loan.
I'll get my paycheck. 1-800-SAFE-AUTO or AAA. Like, I got a title.
Yeah.
Get your title, Max, at title. Like, I'll get you your money back a couple weeks from now.
I was 100% on that. I'm leaving here with something. Like, yo, y'all gonna figure this shit.
100%. Yeah, I'm with you.
Leave him
I'm like,
something. Like,
we ain't doing this for free. It ain't charity, buddy. We're not family.
Devin, you working today? Absolutely not. I'm leaving him with something like, yo, run me my goddamn cash. I was pissed. I was not in a good mood.
I love it. I'm proud of you. I stand on that business.
And they was like, hey, Like bad enough, my cell phone is also my office phone. Like I was telling people to fuck off. Literally, fuck off. Don't call me today.
It's been like
As you should.
It's been like an office legend. Like when we get new hires, people like eventually somebody will be like, Donnie almost pawned the car once. Like,
Hey, hey,
Don't play with me.
hey.
nope.
I tell people at my job all the time because I'm the first person to get there. Because the owners and stuff come like when they run their company. Because it's two companies, they come to run their company like at 1 o'clock. So when it's time for me to leave, they're like, you're leaving already? I'm like, yeah, I've been here all day. You just got here.
I love it.
So I'll see y'all later. Like I'm not
My
gonna sit here with
energy.
y'all and talk and conversate. Fuck that. I got a life.
Yeah, I'm here for this paycheck. My time is done. I'm gonna go live my life. I'm
The
out.
part of the business that I run is done. Y'all do whatever the fuck y'all want to do over there. Whatever illegal shit and investment money.
Go run your Arab stores.
Yeah, go do that shit. Cause I probably shouldn't be saying this because Hobie said some wild shit the other day. I'm like, bro, I don't think you should be saying this. like this might be like a conflict of interest. It ain't my company. This is your side of the company. But when you come in and be like, hey, I'm finna like grab this money. I'm finna go take one of the homies to the strip club. Like,
GTA, baby.
Yeah, exactly. Grand Theft Auto. You are living GTA 6.
I was thinking that when he was all like, looks great, I can't wait to play. I was like, aren't you just playing like your life? That was in my head. I was like, I'll save it for later. It's just like, do you want to play? Like, of all people, do you want to play this game? It's like he goes to work, comes home, gets on the game, and just does the same shit again. Like, he just goes to work again.
Because I don't want to.
He drives through the same traffic on the same streets, get cut off by the same person, just for a chance to see that same girl in that short skirt on the sidewalk.
Yes, because I'm old and washed now. I don't want to do all that shit in real life. I don't
You
want to.
just did it. You just did it. You're gonna come on, pick up the controller and do the same thing.
Because, see, the difference is in the game, I can shoot people I don't like. In real life, there is consequences. Yeah, like
It's cathartic. That's true.
yeah, I can run over people and keep it moving.
That's
And all I gotta do is just drive around for 5 minutes to get my point level down, and it's off. Problems off. No crime happened.
fair.
You didn't gotta drive around. Just find you a nice corner to duck into, and you're good.
Yeah. Good
No
point.
crime happened. It's just all is forgiven.
Find one, of
I
those,
murdered 30 people. All is
find
forgiven.
one of those stars. You just walk through that star and then come back.
Yeah.
Can't get me.
Didn't happen. Prove it.
GTA is so ridiculous. It's just murder a country like, they go find the star. I'm good.
I found the star on top of the building. I'm free now. That's the deal.
They called the National Guard on me, but it's all good because I found a star.
That's that right bribe money. That's what that is.
Oh man, I can't wait to get the ridiculousness of GTA. That's the fun of it. Just knowing that you can just do stupid shit for hours and no consequences. I'm excited for it. Okay. See, this will be a good week for me to play something like GTA. Because this week fucking sucked.
Far Cry.
Tell
Did you, it up.
Did you at least get your paycheck though?
No.
Have you gotten?
It's coming tomorrow morning. First thing in the morning. And it better be that first thing in the morning. Because if it's not that first thing in the morning, I won't be that first thing in the morning.
Do you always get a paper check?
No, it goes into my account. That's how I found I didn't get a check.
They screwed it up.
Okay.
So like,
How come they can't just redo the direct deposit? Why do I gotta get a paper check?
Can't they just write? Yeah.
Oh, that's another thing. They couldn't use. Donnie asked the right question. Why they can't write the check, right?
Yeah, just write.
They don't have no fucking checks in the office.
That's what an office is for.
Yeah, they don't
Why
have.
do you have an office?
Where
exactly?
No. Yeah. Where would the checks be then? If
Right.
not at the office.
In the office, they don't have any more checks, so I couldn't pay any owners because they don't have any signed checks. Exactly.
Man,
What are we doing here?
We are all just on fire this week, huh?
When I tell you I was livid about this shit because motherfuckers they ain't got shit like, yo, I don't need y'all for much. I just need y'all to get the shit I need when I need it. And if y'all can't do that simple fucking thing of getting the things I need to run the fucking company, then we're going to have a problem. That's when I get mad. Everything else I can do. I don't give a fuck if y'all don't even show up to work. Who gives a shit? But when it comes to simple things to run the fucking company, I shouldn't have to ask for shit. If I do, I'm going off.
Who's the damn office assistant? You see you're low on checks.
Sounds like you need it.
Why haven't you ordered some more checks?
You need somebody to run that.
This is the thing. We have one. And the thing about it is, no, they use my office assistant for other bullshit that has nothing to do with the fucking office.
What is it you say you do here?
Yeah. You're supposed to be doing this. Like, I had a conversation with her the other day. Very nice woman. I was like, yo, if something ever happens, I said, if something ever happens to me, you know this, right? I said, if something ever happens where I get really sick or can't come to work for like weeks on end, you're fucked. Because you don't know how to take payments. You don't know none of the customers. You don't know anything about the system. So I guess we just gonna be fucking closed. She's like, yeah, I don't know what the fuck we're gonna do. Like,
she's like,
you probably should be here learning how to do this stuff.
What am I paying you for?
Yeah, what does she do?
She helps the other company. But that's not what she was hired to do.
Well, then it sounds like you need to talk to the
other company.
Charge.
I've told them, like, hey.
Oh, well. Well, then it'll go down in flames. Oh, well.
Just bring in Delvin Jr. and make him do it.
Yeah.
That is an option. That is an option.
Pay him.
No. Anyways.
That way he can stop, stealing all your stuff and pawning it in.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Get his own money.
Need him to stop doing that.
I can build you a database.
He could.
That might help. He does a lot of stuff. He's a smart kid.
Have you a system that just orders the checks when they're low? Just...
Yeah, little simple things like that. Make sure owners get paid. Things like that I do. My job isn't hard. Not very hard at all. They make it hard. And that's what annoying.
Ugh, Lord have mercy.
John 32, do not do
you played
that.
any video games?
No, I have not. My son, because I talked about it last week, he transferred my Xbox save of South of Midnight to my Steam Deck. So I've been continuing playing South of Midnight on my Steam Deck, so I'm still enjoying that. And nice. I'm glad that I no longer have Xbox because everything else is an Xbox now, and I no longer need it because everything that I want to play on Xbox is on the fucking PlayStation and the Switch. So who gives a fuck now?
This is very true.
Starfield.
Who gives a fuck?
He can play it on his Steam Deck.
That's
no
true.
one else.
Yeah,
no one else was playing it either.
This is true.
Did not set the world on fire again.
They did?
Yep.
This is lovely. I'm here for it. Sorry, Smoking Joe. Fuck Boston.
Thank God. Because, boy, if I had to hear another year of fucking the Celtics, they are fucking insufferable.
They are. They absolutely are.
I'd rather get tuberculosis than hear about those fuckers.
What?
Not tuberculosis.
I'd rather be in pain like the fucking character from Red Dead Redemption than hear about a Boston Celtics win.
Wow.
No, I fucking hate it.
Well, I'm glad that hopefully you'll get paid tomorrow and your weekend can be good because this week is shot.
They better hope I get paid tomorrow.
Shut it down.
It's gonna turn.
Talk about shot.
Yeah.
I'll set the building on fire.
Yeah. It's gonna turn to a scene from one of the Batman movies, The Dark Knight. Just sort of burning up money and shit like the Joker.
Lord have mercy. Yeah, my week has been, It's been a week.
We've all had great weeks. Glad to hear it.
Yeah.
Yep.
Work has been interesting. Home has been busy because we're like in the final weeks of school, so trying to wrap all that stuff up. Hunter, my daughter, my wife, they're at Disneyland right now. My daughter had her final choir concert last night. Then the choir went to Disneyland and they get to record something at Disneyland and then spend the day there. So that's where my wife and daughter are. Tomorrow I think they have eye exams. Friday, we got a bunch of stuff to do. And then Sunday, we leave for Cabo. So
That sounds
very
great.
excited for that. But I also have all the
Cruising
stuff
Dev.
with my dad looming in the background. So,
Yeah.
like, he is not doing well.
Yeah.
He's also very ornery and just impossible to deal with. So it's just really, really hard because, like, the reality is he's never going home again. Like, he's
Yeah.
just not. His heart only works at 20%, and we've been trying to find like a nursing home or something to get him into. But with the medication he's on, nobody will take it. My sister nor me can actually have him live with us and like be his caregiver because it requires like 24-hour care. Like neither one of us can do that. My sister lives in Colorado, so there ain't no way he's getting to Colorado, and he ain't living with me. It's just not happening because I am not going to be able to take care of him in the way that he needs, and I'm also not putting my family through that.
Yeah.
So trying to figure out what the next step are because he's like, I just want to get out the hospital. I'm like, Dad, you probably aren't gonna get out of here. Like, so just going through all of that, trying to get him on Medi-Cal because he also doesn't have the funds for anything. I found out he's still collecting Social Security from my mother. I had no idea there was a spousal support thing.
Yeah, no, that's
So
how it works.
My dad has never paid into Social Security, so he
Doesn't
wasn't
matter.
collecting anything. I know. If
Oh.
if
I was like, yeah, that doesn't matter.
yeah, if my mom had not been so put off by men and everything that came with my dad and had remarried at some point, then he wouldn't be able to get it. He basically would be homeless because he never put in the Social Security, so he wasn't getting nothing. So the only reason he has anything is because of my mom. I'm just like, oh my God.
Even now, she's taking care of him.
Yeah.
Boy, gotta love.
Me and my
black women,
sister
boy.
were just like, oh my God, just the layers of everything. We're just like, this shit.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm gonna go to Cabo. I'm gonna sit on a beach and I'm gonna forget all about it. Because
As you should.
Fuck
As you
all
should.
this shit.
Yeah, as you
Vacation
should,
is
because
overdue.
Lord knows when I was going through it, it was rough. And I had to be there like every day. And then, fortunately, like y'all, my mom ended up coming down here. So in my grandmother's last days, she was here every day with my grandmother. 'Cause my grandmother, being who she was, like signed herself out. She was like, fuck this. I want to
That's
go
what I would
home.
do.
And then the doctor was like, we can't do nothing. She said she signed herself out. You have to take her home. Like, what?
Yeah.
Like, they're like, yeah. She signed herself out. We can't, once she does that, we can't do anything.
She's her own legal guardian.
Yeah, she's
Can't
of
hold her
sound mind
against
and
her
body.
will.
She has to go home. And and even so with that, she was alive for like, I want to say, damn near 3 more weeks. They were talking about like when she was leaving there, like she may have to have like a couple of days. She lasted 3 more weeks.
Well,
Yeah.
It was,
My
almost
dad,
made me
if he
feel
was
lucky, both mine just passed overnight. Just they were here then, they were gone.
Yeah. My dad, if he could, he would sign himself out too. But the reality is you can try. You ain't getting nowhere. There's nobody to come
Probably
get you. You
make-
can't get
make it that
home.
far.
yeah.
You can't. He can't get up and go to the bathroom or do
So you
anything
can't
by
get out of
himself.
the- can't get out of the
Yeah.
hotel.
Yeah, you have to be a sound mind and body, and it has to be somebody. Have to have a caretaker to come there for you. You have to like sign out for that stuff. And if you're not a sound mind and body, they're not gonna let you do it. Like my grandmother, she couldn't do anything for herself, but she was in sound mind and body enough where she could sign off for a caretaker and sign off to go home
Yeah.
for hospice care.
There's no caretaker, so that's not an option for my dad. And yeah, he really can't do much for himself at all. So he's just kind of stuck and very upset about it. But the sad part is he did this to himself. Like with what he had to do for his teeth, like it all started because he decided he wanted to get all of his teeth taken out to get bone grafts. Like, because the medication he was on was just like making his teeth fall out. But why would you have them all taken out at the same time and then not disclose the information of the blood thinners that you were on? So you basically bled out at the dentist's office and then had multiple heart attacks.
Jesus.
Yeah, it was bad. So
Survived.
yeah.
And like, oof.
Lived to tell the tale. He got home, couldn't breathe, like was having shortness of breath, and those were the heart attacks. And he was able to call the ambulance. They got him to the hospital. I'm like, why did you go and schedule to have all of your teeth taken out at the same time, and didn't disclose the right information about the medicine that you were on?
Yeah.
It's like, what were you thinking? He was like, I wanted to be able to eat a hamburger. I'm like, you wanted a hamburger that bad? Like,
Well,
bro.
I get it.
I tell
I'm not
you,
gonna lie. I get it.
I think about it too much. The decisions we make in life that could be our last, where you think like, fuck, that was the one that kind of fucked me over.
Mm-hmm.
And I always think to myself, it's going to come a time in my life where I'm going to make that exact decision. And like, fuck, I wish I should have made the other decision. But I guess it comes for everybody.
No regrets.
Yeah. No regrets.
Try
Exactly.
fast, live hard.
Yeah. Yeah, but other than all of that tomfoolery, I've been playing Last of Us Part 2. Just
Oh, yeah?
watching the show just made me want to jump back into it.
How's the show?
So I'm really enjoying
I
it.
forgot that was a
I
thing.
am too.
I'm not gonna lie to you. I was like, oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm really enjoying the show. I have one friend, one of Dev's boys, who really enjoyed the first season, who's never played either of the games. And I'm like, I'm not going to tell you anything. I'm just going to watch this unfold.
I have a
and see
friend
how
like
you
that
take
too.
it. And he texts me after the second episode, like, what the absolute fuck? This is episode 2. What the hell? He was just
yeah.
like so
Episode
caught off guard.
240.
I
You got
had
a
a
long
friend.
way to go, buddy.
I had a friend who texted me the opposite. They were like, well, I don't have a reason to watch this show anymore.
I can see it.
Oh.
I was like, oh, really? Like, yeah, because I was in it for the main character. Like, they're gone.
100%. I can see it.
Like you should stick around and check it out just to see where the story goes at. And I will say this.
That's some advice you could give, I guess.
In terms, so far, at least so far, the story is
Remember you
working
were just
better
talking
on
about
TV than
You're
on the
gonna
game.
live back and think about those choices you should have made
Yes.
instead.
This is one of
Number
them.
one. That's the first one.
So, yeah, my friend, like, this is somebody who also watches Game of Thrones. So people dying, like, we're used to that. You kill off a guy that we love, no problem. And Pedro Pascal kind of dies in everything anyway. So,
I mean, that's
so it wasn't
the
a
point
shocker.
anyway. If you
Except the
build up a-
Mandalorian. But that's
yeah,
cool.
that's the only thing. Right. I'm sure
That's
he's
cool.
going to die soon. He's almost died. But, yeah, he's like, he was like shocked by it, but it's also like we're used to that type of stuff. So now it's just like, okay, so what happens next? So he's like
lot.
really amped to see
like a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I
So
was like,
much, actually.
I was like, here's the
Some
funny
would say
part,
too
Q.
much.
Too much.
They're not even going to
too
finish
much.
this game in this season. I said the next
No.
season is
They're
still
not.
going to be the
Actually,
same story.
I think before I ever watch it, like I'm almost interested to see how far do they get into the game at the end of the season. Like, are they going to do half of it, a third of it, like three? Like, because I can make an
Spoilers.
argument for all.
They're not getting too far based off what I've seen. Because it's halfway over almost now?
I think they just did episode 4 was Sunday, right?
Yeah, it's like only 8 episodes this season.
Say the episodes.
We've
Yeah.
talked about it before. In my head, the story of Last of Us 2, I would tell in 3 seasons of
It's
television.
got to be 3 seasons.
I think there's
Like,
3 parts to that game. There's like 3 almost clearly defined different things.
yeah.
I agree.
And I would do every one of them as an individual season.
Yeah.
And that might not be enough. My biggest gripe with the first season is that it felt more like a Last of Us like highlights. Like you didn't really get I could have used more. I could have done 2 seasons of Last of Us. One, I think it would have made the impacts of the deaths and stuff more, like, and just enhance it even more, because I think there was a big
Or at
difference
least like
between
12 episodes.
it's a
Like,
big
Yeah.
difference between like my experience with the game and my experience with the show. Is in the game we spent so much more time with them,
yeah.
right? Like in the show, it felt very fast. I was like, this is just fucking breezing through all of it. Like I was
Like,
almost
damn,
like,
Tess is
angry.
gone
We're
already.
missing
I feel like
Yeah.
we had
all
more
the
time with
context
her.
here. Yeah, it felt
Yeah.
very much
A
like
lot of
highlights.
context we're missing.
Yeah.
A lot of little moments that made the games like special.
And that's that's why the reaction to the second game is because they care about those characters that much. And I don't know if people can understand that by just watching the show. Like they can care about them, but I don't think it's quite the same.
Nah. Because you're not in control of any of the actions. It's so different watching. Like you're in the game, you're an active participant.
Yeah,
in the show, you're just kind of sitting on the side, so it hits completely different.
And it is those little moments, the little side jokes, the little little anecdotes, the little
all
side
the joke
story
book
dialogue,
things.
all of it.
Yep.
And like you can have an alluding to it, but they can't spend a lot of time on a show that it's not important enough dialogue. And then all that's missing.
I would have been good with an episode just Ellie and Dina riding around. I would have been totally okay with that, but it probably wouldn't have been great for people who have not played the game.
Yeah, I would have been like, this is boring as hell.
With an episode in season 1 of just Ellie with the joke book.
That's one of my favorite parts of the second game. I've said it I love that little trot. The little horse trot's epic.
That's what I just got to Joel's death in the game, and it plays out almost exactly the same way in the show. I'm like, wow, they really they swapped some characters.
That's like the big moment.
Everything played out the same way.
Yeah, that's the big moment. I wouldn't think you would stray too far in those moments.
They added other elements to the episode, like the whole actual what was going on in the town.
Yeah, they added that. The town was they completely added something with the town that I think was dope. I think that was really good.
That was really
show
good.
That what Jackson really is, and because they've changed what the spores and stuff are, how they've changed what that is. It's not the same thing. Like it's a hive mind versus just.
Oh, that's right. I forget. Yeah, I didn't
zombies.
Like that either. And I didn't like the tongue thing. I had a lot of issues with the first season.
Yeah.
Like it's a good adaptation for a game, but I came away like, eh.
Yeah, the hive mind. It made the reason why Jackson got attacked. It plays completely different. It makes it way more terrifying with the way that they're doing everything with the hive mind and how it infiltrates and what they've done with the zombies. Like it's like, oh shit.
It plays better this season than it did last season. I will say that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, most definitely.
It makes a lot more sense. It connects the story a little bit more. It's a little bit more actually scarier. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, it's good. So it made me play the game, and I'm thoroughly enjoying the game. I got the PS5 Pro now, so I'm playing on that. It plays and it looks really nice, and I'm just having a good time kind of being back in that world because you know how much I love it. And every time I play, I'm like, there is so much to this game. Like
It's
every now and again,
dense game I've ever played.
I remember. Like, oh God, I still have to go through this.
Yeah.
Oh my God, then there's this.
Forget entire sections.
It's insane.
That's why every time we do this little dance, I always like throw out that island. Like there's a whole fucking island out there. You do a whole fucking thing with a whole bunch of people, and then you just leave. Like
that's just it.
I loved every minute of it.
Skywalks and it's fucking wild.
There's so much to that.
I've been saying it since they said they were going to do the second game. I was like, dude, okay. I think it's almost like a tall order because I would say
how much are you going to cut out?
Could argue for 4.
Yeah,
if they do it in 2, a lot of shit's going to get cut out.
And they've already introduced the Seraphites. Like they've already introduced them like very early on. I was like, wow, we're already showing them like. They weren't introduced this early into the game. Yeah. So I was surprised that they actually introduced them in as soon as they did into the show.
It's incredibly dense.
Oh my God, there's so much in this game. I'm on day 1 of Seattle. And I'm just like, oh my God, I've got so much more to go.
Yeah.
So
yeah, you do.
So much
so many more people to meet.
Yeah. But that's all I've played. I haven't played any Assassin's Creed. I haven't gotten back to that. I've just been hella busy, and it's easier booting up Last of Us on PlayStation than it is to try to get on the PC. So, yeah. But that's been my week.
Nice.
I guess it's time for some news now, Danny.
Sure. Do I want to do a bumper?
Sure.
Why not?
Some of these I don't remember what they are. I don't know if they're long.
Just potluck, everybody.
Since you did the last of us, let's just.
Hey PSVG, this is Jesse from The Last of Us Part 2. What's happening this week in video games?
Thank you, Jesse.
Oh, Jesse.
All right. So what's happening this week in video games is Gears of War Reloaded was announced this week, developed by the Coalition in partnership with Sumo. Gears of War Reloaded launches August 26, 2025 for $40 on Xbox Series X, PC, cloud gaming, day 1 on Game Pass, and the PlayStation 5.
We won. We did it. We won.
That's true. Definitely won. Players will gain immediate access to all post-launch downloadable content at no additional costs. Includes the bonus campaign act, all multiplayer maps and modes, the full roster of characters and cosmetics. It's cross-platform across all platforms. You don't need a Microsoft account, but Microsoft account is tied to cross-save. So if you want to try and do that, you will. Those that own Gears Ultimate Edition on Xbox One, if they own it digitally, which is weird, get a free upgrade via code. You'll be sent a code to redeem for a free upgrade for the game. If you if you have it on disc, like I do, Xbox City, can go fuck yourself.
Wow.
Which is interesting because you would imagine that you could put the disc in like backwards compatibility and it would give you the
It would
license.
recognize it and just give you.
But no, they didn't do that.
Wow.
So if you have the disc, I thought I didn't because I was like, I know. I went to go check my library and I was like, oh, it's not in my library. And then I pulled out my drawer and I was like, yeah, because I have all my Gears games on disc. That's right. So, interesting about disc though, there's no mention in the announcement of a physical copy at all. And with it being $40, especially after you saw what they did with Hellblade, a lot of people were wondering, is this just digital? Sounds like it's just digital. People have been asking. I don't think we have a definitive update. However, I came across a thread today that a retailer in Spain has physical copies for Gears of War on PC and PlayStation only.
Oh,
They don't even have a
Wow.
physical disc for Xbox. Now, that could be because maybe nobody in Spain has one. I don't want to write it off completely, but is it that hard to imagine that Xbox would release a game digital only on Xbox and put it? No, it's not. So they might be doing that too.
I can't believe there's no like special edition for this. It's fucking Gears, for Christ's sakes.
No
Like this
special
is like
edition,
a pillar
no
of
controller
Xbox.
announced. At least not yet.
yeah.
They may do a controller, but not yet.
This is a pillar. Like, how do you not have more fanfare around this? How do you not have a special edition? It's just like, to me, it's like a slap in the face of all of the long-standing Xbox fans who grew up with Gears. Like, it's a pillar. How do you not celebrate this more?
Listen, they've been slapping those fans and me for some time now. So I don't think that's anything new. I do want to talk about the game though, because we can talk about all the the console war stuff and all the price and the physicals, but the game has 4K resolution, 60 FPS in campaign, 120 in multiplayer. When you play campaign, there are 0 loading screens. You play it straight through, which is pretty awesome. All the other stuff you do, HDR, VR, all the R's, all the P's, all the X's, they're doing the thing. The screenshots they released, no trailer for the game, by the way. No trailer, no gameplay. At least I didn't see one. I looked.
No, I didn't see anything either.
It's literally just a blog post.
How?
It's literally just a blog post with some screenshots. The screenshots look great. The screenshots look incredible. I don't know if you guys have heard me say this before, but I distinctly remember having this conversation many, many years ago with one Q, who used to be on the team. Because when this game was released, I was like, yeah, it's great. And by the way, I've played Gears Ultimate Edition. That was the first game I played on my Series X. So I've even played this recently. But even then, back in, I want to say 2014, 15, I remember on this podcast saying, yeah, I mean, it's great. Like, I played it. I was like, but by remaster standards, it's like not, for a remaster, it wasn't great. Like, it was kind of similar to like the free masters that Xbox gives away, like these Xbox boosted games. Like, it was good. It looked better. It was sharper, a little different lighting, but like, it wasn't like The Last of Us remastered. It wasn't like, Resident Evil remastered, 2 remastered. It's not like by modern remaster standards. I never thought it lived up to the billing. So I'm very happy to see the game get its glow up, and I can't recommend it enough to PlayStation fans. It's a great story on its own. So if you're this kind of I've always called Gears Xbox's Uncharted. Completely different games, of course. You're not sliding around and climbing, but like the game is very much like chapter, cutscene, chapter, cutscene, chapter, cutscene. You get emotionally invested in the characters. It's a great story.
I agree.
That is like that's like the Uncharted. I won't say formula, but like the Uncharted loop. Like if you were to like diagram out Uncharted, like they're almost very similar in that plot development. And I can't recommend enough. Everybody knows, or I don't know if everybody knows this. This is my Gears game. So as Dev says, this is a pillar. This people is their favorite. This is my Gears game. I have 2 Lancers. I have every Gears controller. I have Gears Pops. I have Gears Collector's Editions, all physicals. Like I got a whole thing for it. So I couldn't be more excited. We'll absolutely be playing this. Would have liked to have seen a Switch announcement. I think it's coming though. I don't think they're just gonna. I don't think this is not gonna. I definitely think this is going to come to Switch. It'll probably just either be an announcement at E3 or this summer, or they'll wait to port it later, like they do with Doom. Like it'll come. It'll just come a little bit, and that's where I'll buy it. Like I have Game Pass, so I don't need to buy it. I'll wait for the Switch 2 copy, and I'll buy that. And if it's a game key card, I'll probably buy that. Like this is one of the games that, all right, it's not what I want, but I definitely want a game key card. But as I laugh, we know Xbox isn't going to do no fucking game key card. That shit'll be digital only. So, but I'm excited. And are you guys?
Oh, I'm gonna buy it.
I love Gears.
This is Gears is the one franchise, especially like the first one, that I was like, this is the one thing that I want to play on
It's
Xbox.
so good.
It's the one thing
I
that
hope you love
like,
it. It's so good.
I've tried to play it like the remastered version on PC, and it did not feel good to play. So I'm curious to see how
It is
it'll
a
change for
different
me.
shooter. It's not a shooter that like any shooter you've played. I mean, I know you've played it, but it's very different.
I tried. I was like, I'm not really. But the story and the characters are really what I'm
Rich.
here for. I remember the original trailer. I'm like, oh my god, this looks fucking awesome. I want to go to
good,
that.
and it's epic.
Yeah,
I think
I'm
the reason
excited.
the game is $40 because there've been rumors for years about this Phoenix collection that everybody thought it was going to be. They're going to Halo Master Chief. I think it's 40 because I think they're going to keep doing this. I think we're going to get $40 Gears of 1, $40 Gears of 2, $40 Gears of 3. So $120 worth of Gears, I think, is what we're looking at.
So do you think E-Day comes day one to everything?
Yes. This is absolutely what this means. This is the only reason this exists. The only reason this exists is because they're going to put E-Day on PlayStation and they need to prime the engine.
Gotta prime the pump.
Yep. They got to get it going. And I can't recommend enough. It's awesome.
Yeah, Gears is my favorite Xbox franchise, so I'm all in.
And I make fun of, like, I've turned on Xbox. I've been the heel turn, the Xbox villain for some time.
I've seen it at the Xbox.
But I'll give them credit here. I've been saying this for some time. If this is the path you're on, if you're going to be on this business, then stand on business, right? Like, then fucking let's get on with it. This is them getting on with it, right? So, like,
Basically,
everybody can argue, like, oh, no, not the pillars. No, the pillars are coming everywhere. So let's get on with it.
the pillars have crumbled.
Like, they have drugged this out long enough. It's just every game and this game, but not this game, but it is that game, and here's Indiana. It's like, just fucking get on with it.
Yeah.
Like let's
The
just
building
move along
is
now.
condemned.
Yeah.
Just do it now.
What are we doing with this whole thing? Like, people should just expect that their games will be available everywhere on day one, and let's move on.
Let all the tenants out. Let them go find new places to stay.
It's the whole point.
Let my
PlayStation.
people go.
If you're saying it's about money, then make money. Like, it's just like, you can't do both. Don't say it's about moving marketplace or market share if you're putting it everywhere, and don't say it's about money if you're not.
Yeah. Just be the biggest third-party company in the world. That's all it is.
1,000%.
This is it. This is the start. And I would imagine most of their games that you would imagine have development resources to go multi-platform will immediately.
Yeah. I'm here for it. I'll be picking it up day one.
You and me both. I love
You'll get a
PS5
disc.
Pro. I'm not getting no damn disc.
I know. You should, though. You should.
My
just out
PS5
of
Pro
spite.
doesn't even play discs.
You should do it just out of spite. You
Spite
should
for
be
who?
like, hey, Xbox guys, look at me. Like, you should just.
I think just showing it up that I'm playing it on PS5 in the Discord is enough spite.
I love it. And in the original trilogy, I liked the second one, I did, especially 4. 4 is my favorite, but the original trilogy hits so much harder than this. Like, it's
It
not
does.
even close. They're not even. It's not the same. So
That
I
beginning
love this.
section, when you get into that field, they say grubs, and you just get that big firefight. Yeah.
Gears 1 though is way more like gothic, like horror than the rest of the series, which is like actually kind of why I fell in love with it to begin with. It's darker than like it gets. I feel like it gets progressively lighter, almost like every release. Is that right? Would you think that?
Kind of. You know, it has its dark
It's
moments.
like 2,
obviously.
3, but then 4, 5. Like it kind of just gets lighter as you go.
They feel
They strayed more away from that horror vibe since the first one. Almost every game they kind of went a little further away from that.
Yeah.
But E-Day looks like they're going to go fucking way hard back into it, which is exciting.
Yeah. There's some memorable scenes in that first Gears game that I remember very well.
Does E-Day have a release window, date, anything?
Not yet.
We know Xbox is terrible at that, so.
Yes.
There were thoughts that it was going to come out this year, but I'm pretty sure they said it wasn't coming out this year. I think they said it was delayed. Or maybe I'm thinking of Fable. They delayed Fable.
I wonder how many games are going to now come out this year since Grand Theft Auto is like, we know the next year. Like,
Well, I think it's hilarious if you delayed a game into next year only for GTA to chase after you.
Exactly. Now we're like,
That's
maybe
the
we can go
scary
back to
part.
our original spot.
Could you imagine if somebody announced that they, after delaying it, they've moved it up 6 months? That'd be hilarious.
That would be hilarious.
I would love it. And that would be on par for the fucking gaming business.
Mm-hmm.
Of course. Just like the people I work with. Bunch of fucking morons.
Yeah. Seems like just like people both of us work with.
Yeah. Surrounded by incompetence.
Yeah.
All right, Gears, yay.
Yeah. Please be excited. Microsoft also, this old news went out. This was last week. The day after the morning we woke up from the podcast, Delvin, Microsoft raised the price of everything. Their consoles have gone up, their controllers have gone up, and they are confirming $80 game releases. They even raised the software. It's not America, it's global. It's everywhere. So it's us and everybody else. It's not like excluding us or only us. The Series S went up almost $100 from $299 to $379. The Xbox Series X went up $100 from $450 to $550, and they are selling that 2 terabyte Galaxy Xbox Series X, that speckled egg. They're selling the speckled egg for $730.
More than a PS5 Pro, which is asinine.
Yeah.
Nonsense.
I don't
Absolute
understand
nonsense.
what they're thinking.
I
know
can't
what they're
begin to
thinking.
act like I can tell you. Of course, they blame market conditions, which people read as tariffs. That could be a factor. I definitely think it is. However, we don't know how much the tariffs are permanently, and they already set the pricing. And I'm sure if and when the tariffs are rolled back or they find a compromise, I'm sure these prices aren't going down.
No.
Right.
They're not going to roll it back down either. So Xbox, who already couldn't sell consoles, has just raised the price on all of them.
Yeah. They figure we're not going to sell them no way, so what we charge for them.
Yeah, we'll just say we'll get more for the, one we do sell.
Yeah.
I just $729
That's
for the 2 terabyte one just makes no
Absolute
sense.
nonsense.
The PS5 Pro has a 2 terabyte drive in it, and it's a more powerful system, and it's less somehow than the Series X. Which the only difference is it's got a larger hard drive. There's no difference between the regular Xbox Series S and the speckled egg one, other than it's got a terrible design and a larger hard drive.
How do they out PlayStation?
Dude, seriously.
PlayStation like, hey, we're going to make it this price. Like, Xbox, aha, wait. We will make it
Hold my
higher.
beer.
What?
I told we were talking earlier in the Discord. There's a rumor going around that Xbox is hiring. I'd say Microsoft Gaming, I should say, is hiring
Microsoft Gaming, yes.
a developer to run to build compatibility, like emulation for back compat. And I would look at that job and I would read that that's probably like their answer to like converting into like a PC based store, is if they can run like their 360 and Xbox One titles through like an emulation or something.
Mm-hmm.
And Garrett was like, the transition to PC is going smoothly. And I was like, don't think I didn't already think that raising these prices may have had something to do with that.
Yeah.
But like 1,000% I did. Like if they're about to introduce a handheld, which we'll talk about in a minute, that's going to be expensive, or they want people to move to PC already if they can. What's the best way to do it? Make the Xbox console not the easiest option.
Right.
Yeah.
Like make people think that.
So ridiculous. The $80 games thing also, I'm like, what? Why? Like,
Thanks, Nintendo. That was trending after that happened, by the way.
And what's so funny, we only
Everybody
have
blames
one
Nintendo for it.
$80 Nintendo game, and it's Mario Kart. Everything else is still the regular $60 or
Kirby's
$70.
$80
Kirby's,
with the upgrade pack.
but exactly. So
But
that's
but the box on the shelf is $80. If you walk in and say I want a copy of Kirby for Switch 2, it's $80.
$80.
And so
Yeah, or
is
you can
Mario
buy it
Party.
what? Mario
If you
Party's
walk
80
in
bucks?
and you say I want that red box copy of Mario
First of
Party
all-
for Switch 2, it's $80 because it comes with the update pack. It's included.
Yeah. So and see that look.
I
get
know
it.
you
You're coming with the
understand
stuff.
it, but
Yeah.
the price
I
is
get that.
$79.99. It's $80.
The fact, and I'm surprised that like Ghost of Tsushima, like still $70. There was something else that's coming out after all of this that's still $70. So I'm like,
I think EA
How?
said that they weren't going to go to 80. That was
yeah,
going around
EA
today.
said we're not doing that. We're not doing that. So I'm wondering, is Call of Duty going to be 80?
Absolutely. That's what they
Like-
mean when they say this.
Oh.
That's exactly what they mean.
Yes.
And
Call of Duty's
anything
$80.
shouldn't be $80. It's Call of Duty. Like it really
Yeah,
shouldn't. It has
You're
no
lucky.
business being.
You'll be
$80.
we will be lucky if it's only $80.
Exactly. It might be 120. It might be two Mario Karts.
Absolute shenanigans.
I would absolutely believe if the people that make Call of Duty watched Mario Kart get priced for 80 and they were like, "Oh, fuck that." You like if Mario Kart's worth 80, you know they're like, we could charge at least 100.
Yeah, we could charge like 150.
I mean, they do. So it's a bold strategy, Cotton. Like
madness.
and
Absolute
like,
madness.
again, they say they want to sell another console. They
To
keep
who?
telling us
Why?
why? That's
Yeah.
the whole fucking point in the ire
Why?
of my anger is why.
Why?
Why are we doing this?
It's
Clear
Joker.
you want to do this, so
Stop.
fucking go do it.
Yeah, just do what you want to do. Don't even give
Let
us
Asus make you a console.
Yeah.
You don't have to do it. Like
At this point, let Jesus make you a console. God, he might need some work.
call Genki.
Yeah.
Right? Oh my god.
So
Ugh.
Send your Xbox. Here's your new system.
speaking of the Xbox,
Don't
new
they
system,
press their discs in Mexico?
I think so.
the new Asus ROG Ally 2 leaked this morning.
I saw
So
that.
we got pictures, we got specs. So there's two models. There's a white model and a black model. You with me, Delvin?
I'm with you. I want to see. I want,
Where is this going?
oh yeah, exactly. I'm waiting to see where this goes at. The far superior white model.
Actually, you'd be the opposite. So by both models have the same 7-inch LCD panel, 120 hertz VRR. So the panel's the same.
They
But
could've
on
did
the
something
white
really funny.
model, what?
They could have did something really funny right now. I'm disappointed.
Make
they
it
didn't do
bigger?
Yeah, make the black model bigger.
I was going to
The
make that
black
joke, and then I
just
looked up and I
9
was like,
inches.
oh, it's the same one.
Yeah.
So the first option, the white model, has a 4-core Aerith Plus processor. That's the follow-up to the processors in the Steam Deck. So this is the next iteration of the Steam Deck processor. At 20 watts with 16 gigabytes of RAM. The black model, also dubbed the Xbox Edition, because this is the Xbox handheld that they're partnering with. It looks exactly the same, except that the button has an Xbox symbol on it, but it's the same model. It's just black. The black model has 32 gigabytes of RAM. Leaks hint at an
There's your bigger.
8-core 8-core Ryzen Z2 Extreme processor that runs at 36 watts. I also read there's a 100 watt hour battery. It's huge. I posted pictures in the Discord. Like both these things are chunker. I mean, they're beefy, they're thick from front to back. They almost look like what the Switch does with those GameCube, where it looks like a GameCube controller was cut in half. You put on the sides, or if you guys remember the GameCube controller with the keyboard in it from like back in the day, where you could hold the game. That's what it looks like. It has those handles. It doesn't look like the ROG Ally from before at all. It's very different.
Wow.
Thick cakes.
It's also like Delvin. It's like it looks like you could put an NES cartridge in it.
Like
It's
the Legion
it's
Go.
fucking huge. Like, yeah, it looks heavy. Like I mean, that was my first, and I think that's why the grips are the way they are. Because I was like, dude, that looks heavy as hell. Like it really
somebody
does.
with that sucker.
It looks.
Oh
heavy.
yeah, absolutely. You got to
Pitch
cool it.
out.
Like all of that
Yeah.
all of that power. You have to have some serious cooling in there. Otherwise,
I think
thermal throttle, it's not going to perform the way it's supposed to.
I don't hate it. I seriously question how expensive this might be.
Mm-hmm.
It's got to be more expensive than the speckled egg box, right? There's no way
Yeah.
this is less than $750,
No, impossible.
unless Xbox just wants to eat it, which
They're not.
I would
Ain't
like
nobody,
them to.
ain't nobody eating shit in this day and age.
That's
Not-
right. Like it doesn't
not
look
even a
like
little
it, but
bit.
I would wish they would. That would be great because I would
This thing's
imagine
gonna be
you want to like.
$1,000 damn dollars.
Do they want it to be competitive with, like the Steam Deck, the
No.
OLED Steam Deck? You know, like could they?
How much
get
is
it
the
around
OLED Steam Deck?
I think it's like 600. I want to say, is it 599?
Yeah.
There's no way in hell.
So, like,
This
could
thing is
they-
going to be $1,000 damn dollars.
It might be. If it didn't have Xbox branding on it, I think we would all like. If it was just the ROG Ally 2, the Strong Edition, I absolutely think we'd all think it was $1,000.
Yes.
At least $899. That would be like the low end of what I would imagine. Now it remains to be seen if Xbox has like an OS for it or a new game store, if it's anything different. We do know that both of them are Windows 11, so it doesn't have a new operating system. Maybe Xbox has brought some special software to the sauce. We'll probably find out soon because Asus typically, or let's say historically, they like to launch hardware at Computex, which begins
Because
in
the
2 weeks.
Computex is right around the corner, yeah.
And then Microsoft has its own Microsoft Build conference the day before. So I would imagine in a couple weeks we'll probably hear about these.
May 18th and 19th, we'll probably know for sure.
I don't hate it. I think this is super cool. I think it's going to be very expensive, but I also think it's going to be very powerful. Like if you're one of those people like, I'll just throw out there, like Rob 3000, who wants everything to be the best it can be, this seems like this is going to be, like if you just care about raw performance, it's going to be, I don't think anything's going to touch that. You know,
It's
maybe
going to
for
be the
some time.
best it can be for 2 hours.
That's going to outclass a lot of things.
Hour and 30 minutes.
Now, what I did say in the Discord when I woke up and shared this news is that's if you don't mind it being ugly as fuck. Because I think this damn thing, like I looked at it,
It
and
does
was like,
look ugly.
I was like, that is ugly. And then I was very happy when I opened Reddit and Blue Sky and I looked at a couple threads. That's all everybody was talking about. Like, this thing is fugly. So I was like, oh, thank God I'm not the only one. I was like, this thing's ugly as hell. I'm not carrying that.
It's ugly on a Game Gear level ugly.
I got a reputation to bring. I can't be walking around with that damn thing, man.
Yeah.
I'm very interested to see what something like this does. Is it the same? Does it make no ripple? Is it just another ROG Ally? Or can they find something here? Can it be something for them? They need something.
It could be. I think the price and what's special? Like why am I buying this over
Yeah.
something that already exists? Like, okay, it's
Yeah.
more powerful, but it's a handheld. I don't know that I'm necessarily looking for that. So does it become just a niche product for the people who really want a powerful handheld?
I think
Are
all of those
you-
things at that price, that PC thing is so far it's all niche. That's
Right.
the thing. Can Xbox expand that?
That's what I'm saying. Like, are you putting
That's
more
the
butts
thing.
in the seats with this, or is it just selling to the people who already have one and just want a little bit more power? Like, what's special? Why am I buying this? How are
this-
you bringing more people to the table?
Is this at retail? That would be very interesting. I actually didn't think about
Yeah.
that until just now. Like, is this on a shelf somewhere? Can you walk into a GameStop and buy one? Is it like next to the Xbox?
I mean that is the question, or is it next to the
'Cause you
ROG
can't-
Ally over in the PC section
Like, you can't buy a ROG Ally just in store, except for I think Best Buy carries them.
at Best Buy? Mm-hmm.
But I don't think anybody else does.
What other retailers actually sell electronics at this point?
I mean, everybody, but good point. Not like Best Buy.
I mean, you're looking at like Best Buy, Micro Center,
Office Space,
Office. Who?
Space, right?
Space. Like the
What
movie?
the hell is Office Space? There's
Oh,
a
yeah,
there's
what
a
is-
store called Office Space. You mean
Staples?
Office Depot?
Office Depot.
I
Yeah.
don't even think they
Office
sell
Depot?
stuff. I don't think they sell very much of that. Last time I was in Office Depot, it was like office supplies. We've got USB ports.
Oh, interesting.
We've got flash drives, things of that nature, but it's not really consumer electronics.
I
was
been there
shocked to see
forever.
Walmart has graphics cards and stuff.
Yeah,
Yes, they do.
like I would imagine, like the allies
So
aren't sold at
Walmart may
Walmart
have
to my
this.
knowledge.
Office Depot had the Ally at one point.
See that? Yeah, I thought
They
they,
had it
did.
there.
That's why I brought it up.
They didn't have
we've
all
only
the
got-
models. They just had like the first one.
Yeah.
We've only got one out here, and it doesn't have much.
So yeah, I'd be interested to see if that does it. And to be honest with you, I'm interested to see if this moves numbers, and only because, I would really like to find some reasons to root for Xbox again, and
Well,
it would be nice. Like they've put a lot of
sorta
eggs in this. They've put a lot of eggs in this everywhere, anything kind of strategy. And I don't think it'd be a great sign if they're like their first real try at this, like a branded PC handle with their name on it and stuff. If it's like a total flop, it doesn't move numbers.
And the sad part is, they won't stick with it. They'll just pivot so fast instead of trying to actually
so that's actually what I'd be afraid of, because the pivot that I'd be worried about is, if you remember when Phil was talking about this, he didn't really announce it, but he said more or less, we have a partnership with a company that's going to bring a handheld, but then we would like to bring our own handheld at some point future, right after that. So you could imagine if this doesn't do well, that would probably be the pivot, is we're not doing that. And that would be a bummer. Like,
And the question is, are you going to do this and then still do a traditional console too?
yeah, and even
Like,
why?
why?
Yeah, see, this is we've done this for so long. I don't want to keep doing it, but like it's almost like, yeah, I've been trying to say that the whole time. I've been here for a year, Def. I do think it's interesting. They threw 32 gigs of RAM in it, and as somebody who had the Ally and the Ally X, that was like a big thing for the X. Is it like doubled, tripled? I don't know how much is in the original Ally, but the second was like 24. I think I went from like 16 to 24 or something. And they were all like, "It's got more RAM." That didn't really do anything. The game is ran almost identically. It was like maybe like one frame, but not really anything changed at all.
Yeah, having more
So-
RAM when you're running just games does not really do much.
It's like I'm wondering why the 32. Obviously, I don't think they would have put it in there for no reason. I'd wonder like what would that do for the cost?
The only thing that I can think of, the reason why they have 32 gigs, is if they do have some kind of
Yeah.
special OS layer, because they're going to need more RAM to actually
dedicate
run that
resources to
and
it.
run the games. Yeah,
That makes sense.
that's the only reason I can think. But yeah, then you're looking at the cost. What kind of RAM are we talking? Like
Hey,
how
they
much?
just
How expensive
raised-
is that RAM?
They just raised the console, which is 5 years old. It's tech from 5 years ago. They just raised it to $600 and up to $700. Well, let's say the build of, I think we all agree the build on this is probably $500, $600, and they're right. They're gonna, with markup and everything. We're thinking at a low end, would you be like, what's the lowest price you could imagine this being? The lowest
700.
possible. That's $699, right?
Yeah.
What would tariffs or something do to that price?
Who the hell knows where they get the parts? Because it all depends on wherever. Yeah,
China. Who makes
that would
raw
be my
Dallas?
assumption. That'd be my assumption. Everything's going to come from China, and that's going to drive that price up with that tariff, something ridiculous. And then are you then just automatically pricing yourself out of the market?
Yes.
That's tough. Vietnam.
Yeah. Okay.
So that'll be lower, like the Switch tariff. You can eat that, I guess.
They could, but like, are you in a position to? Nobody's buying y'all stuff. Are you in a position to really
Yeah,
eat
that's a
that?
good point. That's a really good point. Like, it's crazy that it's like y'all needed to cut everything 100. You needed to be the difference maker, and they were like, just like Delvin said, they were like, hold my beer.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
They should
It's
have went
wild
cheaper.
that you can get a PlayStation 5 Pro cheaper. That's a
It's
crazy, asinine thing to allow to happen. Now, the argument here is, well, PlayStation, once the tariffs are in effect, they're probably going to raise the price too, and then the Pro will probably be more expensive. Xbox is just
Possibly.
early. That could be the thing.
Yeah, could be.
But
Or,
it's still
you
crazy.
know,
It's crazy that you're even comparing the two. It's crazy that you even think
dumb.
like they shouldn't be near each other. The Xbox Series X should be somewhat cheaper, significantly cheaper than the Pro.
Yeah.
You would think so.
Like half. It should be half what whatever PlayStation's charging for the Pro. The Series X should be half of that.
Yeah. The fact that you can get the Astrobot PS5 bundle for $20 more than the cheap Series S is asinine.
Dude, that's crazy.
It's asinine.
This generation is the shits.
It is. It's the drizzling shits.
Absolute
It's gotta be
shits.
said.
It sucks, dude. The worst.
Xbox has really screwed the pooch, man.
I hope it's
Hopefully this-
awesome.
Hopefully, this
I hope
handheld
it's awesome.
saves them. I pray that it actually saves them, and we can change the Microsoft gaming back to Xbox. Because right now,
I'm
y'all
interested
are
in. I'm interested if the cheaper model, the white model, if that runs the Xbox thing, or if the Xbox thing is exclusive to the more expensive model.
That would be ridiculous because then you can still run all the Xbox games on the white one. So why would you buy the black one?
I would think whatever they're working on for Windows for this handheld, if they are, I would imagine that you would want to use that for Windows everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
And then therefore it should run on anything Windows 11. Because that's the other side of this. It would be really weird if they cooked up some awesome OS for this device that nobody could use on any computer. That's also a thing. Like that could be a fucking mess too. Oh my, there's so many questions, Dev.
Yeah. And like what benefits do I have getting the Xbox edition over getting just the regular Ally if it does all the same stuff? I mean, technically,
right, you could just buy an
it's
Ally
just a
X.
PC. So why would I get this Xbox branded one?
Correct.
There's so many unknowns that can
They put the
completely
Xbox button
just
on
skew
it.
this.
It's got the button.
What do I care about that damn
and
button?
it's black.
Always bet on black.
Oh man,
I do love that screen.
$1,000.
That screen's amazing.
what's the price difference between the two? Too like, what are we talking there? Like that's because you're doubling the processor.
I would think at least $200.
Right, you're doubling the cores in the processor. You're doubling the RAM.
That's so much. Bigger battery, like almost twice the battery. Dude, I'm telling you, that thing's gonna be
The
heavy.
battery alone. Ooh,
Like you could, I want a wrestler to hit somebody with one of these.
it needs to be. This is like 3090 territory.
Yeah. He's got the Xbox Ally. By God, he's got the Xbox Ally. Oh God, Cody doesn't stand a chance. Oh, you bastard! Stop it.
Yeah, man. I hope it's a win. I hope it's a win
Me
for
too.
him. I mean, we all know that like the portable gaming like really is this new generation. They're really into that, and this could be the thing that brings Xbox back. You know, if the price is right and the world doesn't go to shit before it comes out, like this could be something that really turns the table for Xbox.
If they were priced exactly the same, I'd rather have the handheld than the Series X.
I think a lot of people would,
Yeah. So,
because then
No,
you're putting
we're
them right
rooting
in that you're putting them right there with the Switch, because that's what makes the Switch so appealing. It's very easy to just dock it and play on your TV and take it with you and go, and the game experience really doesn't change.
I wonder if Xbox has a dock. for
It's a
this
PC.
thing.
It better have a dock.
It
What if it
will.
has a dock? What if it has a dock with the GPU boost?
That'd be nice. It really just
Really
just
expensive.
power. It would really just a power boost to then boost. The
No, you
cores
could have like
overclock it.
eGPU, like in a dock.
You
You could.
I mean you're talking hella expensive.
Oh yeah, no, it'd be really expensive, but it's like, but hey, you're in this market, you boutique, like do it if you want to do it. And the funny thing is, it's you got. I would think less of it. I would think less of this venture with Xbox like a console. It's like you're like, oh, it's hella expensive. It's like, yeah, but if there's 10,000 people out there that want to buy it, well, why the fuck shouldn't you let them? Like, like if you're just going to support PC, then you get I would think you get very specific with the variety of offers that you make.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Anyway, like
we'll see what happens.
If you're in PC land, what does it matter if it's $1,000, $2,000? There are no rules there.
That's very
true. It could be anything you want it to be. People line up out the door to pay $3,000 GPUs. Who cares?
So then the question is, are you just completely foregoing your console audience who really the console audience buys a console because they don't want to deal with all this
computer
computer
shit? I wonder if they think the console is a PC that has this wrapper on it. They're not like they want to get to a place where they're not thinking of it like that. The console isn't a console. They just have a bunch of different devices. Here's the handheld. Here's something to hook up to your TV. Here's the cheap one. Here's the expensive one. It doesn't matter if you think of it like a uniformity console standard thing that goes out the window.
But we know that's not the reality. Like,
I'm just telling you what I think.
I know, and that's what makes me feel really bad for the people who buy into this and think that it's just the new Xbox and realize, oh, I got to deal with driver updates and all this other stuff that comes with PC gaming.
I told you,
it's not just turn on my Xbox and I play my game and there's
wait till
an update
a certain game on a
again.
certain device has a stutter problem or it crashes on load or like. But yep. I think they're just like, oh well, that's what we're doing now.
You keep saying that this traditional console is done, but I don't think you understand that the masses of people do not want to deal with the PC-like architecture. Like they're just not going to do that. They're just not gonna. This is not an iPad. It's not just a simple tablet where you're not dealing with drivers and all the other updates. This is a computer. This is a CPU running Windows, which means you have to deal with all the Windows-related stuff. People buy consoles because they just want to play video games and not deal with that.
Do you think
the masses are not doing that?
Do you think they could create a PC device running Windows that has this Xbox layer on it that doesn't allow access to the PC side, and they sell that as the console? It's the same thing, just a little bit more restricted to appeal to like what you're saying, to provide a console-like experience.
I don't think so.
Okay, I'll stand out there. Yeah. Anyway, moving on. The big news this week: GTA 6 has been delayed and is now set to be released May 26, 2026. They say, we hope you understand that we need this extra time to deliver at the level of quality you expect and deserve. Quote, nobody I've talked to at Rockstar has believed fall 2025 was a real window for a very long time now, Jason Schreier writes. Too much work, not enough time, and what appears to be a real desire for management to avoid brutal crunch. Well, you would think so with all the money they fucking made you for the last decade. The least you could do is not fucking make them crunch on the next one.
Yes.
And then yesterday, GTA 6 trailer came out. Trailer 2. We got our new look at the game, which is what Delvin was talking about earlier. So, Delvin, take it away.
All right. To talk about what we were talking about earlier, I'm gonna read a tweet my friend sent me literally 5 minutes ago.
Oh boy.
I don't know if this is a good idea.
Oh, this is a great idea. I'm gonna give out his at Louis Smurder. The first thing I'm doing when I get into GTA 6 is blowing Lucia's back out. Fuck the tutorial, straight to the telly. So I responded with laughing. And he said, 1,000% dead ass. So people really like this character. And they want to see more of her, apparently.
All of her. They want to see all of her.
You know they're going to have like some OnlyFans spoof in that game for sure.
Oh my God, absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Delvin,
yeah, they definitely are.
Do you have the PC app, the PlayStation app on your phone?
Yes, I do.
Go to the game and tell me what date it shows for you, because my my game shows that it comes out May 25th.
Oh,
I'm wondering.
Maybe I wrote it
And
down.
no. It says May 26th everywhere, but I've
okay, right up.
noticed that in the PlayStation app for me, games that always come out a day earlier because of the West Coast. So I'm just wondering if
The
it's
time
if they
zone?
do that. Mm-hmm.
It
Okay, that makes
says
sense.
5/26/2026. I
Yeah,
just added
mine
it to my
says-
wish list.
Mine says 5/25/26. Total tangent. I was just curious.
Do you think it's going to come out that day?
Well, I mean, it will for me. It'll come out 9 p.m. my time.
No, do you think this is the last delay?
I think it is.
Yeah, I think so.
Because I
think it'll- I think
definitely
it'll
don't. I definitely do not think you can't rule this out. This going into that May window or that fall window after.
Yeah, I find it odd that they release it the day after Memorial Day. I understand that they're not based in the States, but like, why wouldn't you release it that Friday? And don't Rockstar games typically release on Fridays? You release it on the Friday before a long weekend, instant win. It's weird that it comes out
Yeah.
the day after a holiday.
Yeah, I was thinking like that may not be the final date. Now, the only thing you give you hope is they extended it. It's not like they didn't delay it like 3 months or something. It's a long delay.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
Over
so they're
a
like,
year,
No,
technically.
yeah, we need more time. Yeah, this game is over a year away now. So, you know, it's just one of those like it's just I don't know. I just thought the date felt weird when on first glance. I was like, that's one of those dates. It's like it should be long enough to get you where you want to go, but if it's not, right?
Yeah.
Like if January rolls around and you're not quite there yet, I could see it getting moved slightly, not another year, but slightly, a few months.
I wouldn't be at all shocked as if it gets the Borderlands 4 treatment and moves up.
Really,
Yeah, that wouldn't shock me at all.
it is a long delay.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why I
But
think it'll
Delvin-
probably come out.
You were I'll start this part. My thoughts on the trailer. I watched it again today before we did this because I knew we were going to talk about
So
the show.
did
And I
I.
just wanted to have it in my brain a little fresh. So I would say I have some criticisms, but before I even say them, because I don't want to be like misconstrued or misunderstood, the game looks great. Like visually, everything looks.
Mhm.
You know, there's a lot on display here, like a showcase. Looks great.
Yes.
So I have no issues with the way it was shown. But I was surprised. I was excited. I woke up, saw the alerts. I was like, "Oh shit, we got a trailer. Let me go look at it." I was surprised that I was almost indifferent to the trailer, like almost completely unmoved. I was just like, "Huh."
May
Oh,
I
I
give
guess
you
that's
a
GTA.
suggestion why that's probably the case?
Well, I have reasons why, but I would love to hear your guesses.
Because it looks like GTA. And we kind of know what to expect from GTA. Like, oh, this is
No,
GTA.
No,
well,
that's
no,
not
yeah,
it.
no, that's not it.
Me and Donnie
Um,
are on the same page. We had
okay,
this
so-
discussion a little earlier.
I'm curious why then.
Before I'm going to give you the reasons why I think I'm personally not into it, but I want to touch base on the visuals. There's a lot of talk about because they mentioned that they captured this in a PS5, and there's like I've seen a lot of that on Blue Sky. People are like, I can't believe it's. I absolutely could believe. Like when I watched it, I was like, that looks like a PS5 game.
Yeah, it does.
It's great PS5 game. Again, I don't get. It's very visually, the lighting, the shadows, the hair, the tech. Like, and this is what Rockstar does. This again, I would call Naughty Dog. This is what sets them apart. The attention
Digital
to detail.
Foundry did a great. Digital Foundry did a great breakdown too. They've got a
I
great
haven't watched
breakdown
that.
video of this trailer.
They add so much detail, and they fill out so much more than your standard game, right? That it's just through the roof. Their attention to detail and just the amount of like geometry and assets and things on display just looked really good. Like it looked dense, lots of models, lots of things, lots great. A lot of it was cutscenes, and my only gripe, or not even always to call it a gripe, because again, looks great, like a great PS5 game. The camera was fixed a lot of the trailer. And anytime the camera shifted, it gets a little choppy, a little stuttery. It's super critiquey, but like that's when I saw it, I was like, definitely PS5 game. Like I was like, that's not PCs will run this better than that. One day. But that's kind of what I was thinking. I think it's a 30 game. Now, Delvin, I got a few things that I want to say and or maybe ask. Because
Okay.
I've heard a specific trope from both of you for a long time about how characters used to look in a certain generation, and they all look the same. It was Cole and Delson, and,
and now
I was
Jason.
like, dude, Jason looks exactly like
Now
all
Jason.
those motherfuckers.
Yep.
Now that doesn't
he
bother
does.
me because I don't care about that like you. But I was surprised that I didn't hear anybody say that in the Discord. I was like, I guess nobody cares. But
They weren't there for that. Apparently, they're too young.
Also,
mostly, I was taken out. I almost hate to say this because this is not really a thing. And hopefully when I play the game and get more involved, maybe this changes. I was almost completely taken out by the voice actor for Jason. I can't stand
Johnny,
it. And I don't know why. Like, I was shocked. It was like, dude, I don't want to hear this guy talk the whole time.
We are in the twilight zone, Donnie, because you're hitting on all the exact same things that I felt about this trailer. Like, everything. I'm like,
I'm definitely going to play it. I love GTA.
Same.
I'm definitely going to play it. So don't get me wrong. I'm not saying it's bad. I'm just saying that, like, that was my instant reaction. Like, I was the voice or like maybe the style of the voice. It's not necessarily like the sound of the voice. It's like the accent or whatever. I was just like, oh,
I am uninterested in playing as Jason. Period.
Kinda.
That-
Yeah.
I think
Like,
just
I don't want to
uninterested.
play as Jason.
I
I don't
will-
want to play as this character.
Well, yeah, I think that might be like, I think that's because Lucia is kind of the main character. That's the one you kind of want to play as. She feels
I would also say that I think conceptually, the story that the trailer is evoking, I'm not exactly sure. It's not compelling me a whole lot. It's like, okay, so we're like some jailbreak kind of Floridians, and
Well-
we're gonna go like rise up into the world to nightclub with rappers and stuff. Like, I don't
want to say
more.
too much because I know more of the story than I should. Like
I'm
a lot
sure
more
there's a
story.
lot there, of course.
Yeah, there's a lot more there.
Of course. We're
'Cause
gonna
I don't know
play
if
the
you
game
heard
for
about this,
100 hours.
Dev.
Like,
Over a year ago, was that even a year ago?
that's
When
longer.
the initial leaks came out of the video stuff, like the gameplay and stuff like that, famous YouTuber had someone on their podcast, on their show, and he legit worked for. People didn't believe him. He worked for Rockstar, and he just spoiled the game.
Damn.
Like he was telling everything we saw in the trailer. He told a year ago. Nobody believed him. Like these are the main characters. This is the initial plot of the story. This is where the story's going.
Yeah, and on their website, they had a bunch of that information there as well. And it feels like it's kind of like a Bonnie and Clyde kind of
Yeah.
story. And,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and I'm
I
like,
get it.
I'm just not that interested. Like, right, I
Yeah.
need more. I'm just
It's
like,
The word that I
neither
would
one
use-
of these characters, I'm not that enthralled.
That's it. Like, the word that I would use is just kind of indifferent. Like, am I going to play it? Yeah, I'm going to play it. But like, am I like real excited about? Like, I'm not really jazzed right now.
We'll see.
Like, I
That's great.
can happily wait right now for the P. Like, I can happily wait for. PC
I am
right
not.
now.
I'm not even worried. I'm like,
I'm like,
okay, come when
uh,
it comes.
I'll get to it.
That's great because I'm glad that you guys are excited, and I am excited because there's different perspectives on this. I'm super excited for this. One, because we haven't had a GTA game in a long time. Two,
Yeah,
I
been a
like
long
that
time.
I like the atmosphere of it. That it's in Miami. I like that it's a female main protagonist. I kind of
That's cool.
I kind of dig the ideal of Robin Banks is the big fixing line of the story. I kind of want to see how they do quote unquote Miami and what they add to, because apparently, from what I've heard, there's a lot of other things you could do on it and things like that. Obviously the things people are going like, oh, you could bang each other. I don't care about that stuff. But it
Cartels,
feels,
drug running,
Yes.
keys, all that. Yeah, I know. I'm excited for all of that, but nothing about this trailer. Nothing about this trailer got me any more excited about Grand Theft Auto. I saw it and I was just like,
Yeah,
okay.
I'm as excited today as I was before this trailer. Like that.
Yeah,
is
but see,
not,
and
the
that's the
needle
thing.
didn't move.
I don't think I could be more excited for the game because of the trailer. But then again, I'm different because if it's something that I like, I don't give a fuck about the trailer. I know I'm going to watch it or play it. Like,
Yeah.
and that's kind of how I feel about this. Oh, the trailer's cool. I like what I saw, but I was going to play this regardless. That's kind of how I felt about it. When there's things I don't know about, then I'm more interested in the trailer. Like Mind's Eye, for example. Like, okay, I didn't know shit about Mind's Eye.
Yeah,
so when
it's
I saw
more
this, I'm like, okay.
curious.
I was like, okay, this looks interesting. Let's see where this goes at. But GTA is GTA to me. I know what I'm getting
I
myself
would like
into.
to see some gameplay. That would be
So
nice.
Rockstar
It's out
did
there.
say that trailer was a mix of gameplay and cutscenes.
Yeah.
So there's some gameplay in there
Sure.
somewhere.
Well, there's some gameplay out there. I just say that. No, if you want to see it, but there's some gameplay out there.
I'm just as excited as I was if this trailer never existed. I feel like this trailer did nothing. We
And
know the
Well-
game's gonna look great.
I want to be clear. None of the things I said about the trailer make me like the game is going to be huge. It's going to be massive, and it's going to be great. like they're going to spend enough money until it's great. Like it's going to be great.
Yes.
So
There just
But I
wasn't any like, oh my god moment. There was no wow
I don't
factor
think
other than
the
the game
trailer-
looks great.
Was for us.
and I didn't really see the leaks either. Like I know it happened. I remember the story, but I never looked at
I
any
didn't
of
go.
that.
I didn't go looking for it either. What's the point?
Oh, I saw those leaks. Ooh,
Delvin got all into it.
got
Yeah,
all
really
those
excited.
leaks. Yeah, it was gameplay stuff, so I was like, "Oh, this is fine." I can see like it wasn't nothing like story based. Like it was gameplay stuff. That's why I was like more interested in it when it came
I
out.
do like that we have the female character. I mean, that's.
I'm
definitely a
very
cool
excited to
shout
play
out.
Lucia.
Yeah,
I'm
that's cool.
interested. Let me be a fiery Latina and just go shoot some people in the face. I'm fine with that.
I
I'm cool with that.
also like the concept of a female character that's not a good person.
Yeah.
You know, I kind of dig that aspect of it because you know the characters in Grand Theft Auto usually are pieces of shit.
They're supposed to be. Yeah.
Right.
They're not necessarily like hearts of gold people. So I kind of dig what they're doing and kind of want to see where they go with this and how far they go with it. Apparently, I don't know if they said this. Your character is completely customizable.
What?
Well, I won't say no more. Never mind.
Then why would the trailers just show the two characters like that?
Yeah.
Is there a
Are we
third
going
character?
back? Are we going back to CJ
there
where
a
like you
third
can
character?
put weight on them and stuff, or
No. I won't say no more. But you can customize your character. That's all I'll say.
Can I change the voice?
can I get rid of Jason?
I can't believe I'm saying this. I don't think I've ever complained about a voice before. Like this is very. I've seen people do it.
Oh, I
and to
have.
me, when I've seen people do it, I'm like, that's kind of like I've almost kind of dismissed it because I've never really had it happen to me. Good voice, bad voice. I'm like, it is what it is. Like it's fine. This
wondered-
like the trailer. Literally, I was like, oh, I don't like that.
Jason almost just feels like he'll be a drag to be around. Like,
Now I wonder if
don't wanna
people are
be
talking
around
about
you.
Jason like that.
Yeah, I would love to know that too. 'cause
Me-
I
I'm
haven't-
looking
and
at it
Jam-
right now.
me and JV were talking about it earlier, and we both came to the conclusion like we don't want to play with Jason at all. Like we're just
I
not interested in
specifically
him.
didn't share any of my thoughts because I wanted to save it for the podcast.
Same. That's exactly when we had our little quick discussion. That's
Yeah.
why I didn't say anything.
Because I was like, I'm shocked that this trailer didn't move me. And Dev was like, me too. And I was like, freeze. Like, don't say another word.
it was the first thing I watched when it came out that morning. I forgot who posted it. I think it was it Stingray? Whoever posted it in our Discord. I was like, is this real? And I clicked on it, I watched it, and I just sat there like,
Yeah. Yeah. Larry David. Huh? Yeah. I guess so. That's
and I was so taken aback by my
me
reaction to
too.
it.
I was like, what the hell happened? Like, I love GTA. Day one, play it everywhere, all the time, still play it. Played it this week. Like, I was stunned at my own reaction. I
Yeah.
stunned myself. Like,
So when you told me that, I was like, oh my God, I'm not alone. Like, it did nothing.
it
Nothing
yeah,
for me.
It really didn't. Like, I'm definitely going to get it and going to play it. But, like,
Same.
All right.
I don't know. Not like
been-
Vice City excited to, like yeah. Like, hope he dies soon. Maybe, can we Joel him?
Okay.
Can we Joel him up front?
I've been doing a couple of look. I haven't seen much, but I see a few people talking about some, you know, the voice. I'll read one. Voice acting for Jason in GTA 6 makes me mad. Sounds so bad. Then here's another one.
Mad. It didn't make me mad. I just
Just make me just
I don't want to hang out with him for 50 hours.
Yeah.
Yeah. Is the voice actor for Jason in GTA 6 the same one for Outriders? That was one of the dullest performances I've heard
Outriders.
in a game in a while that really turned me off from it. Yeah? Apparently
Forgot all
people.
about it. You know, the
there are
other
some people
game
who
where
don't
the
like it.
voices turned me off was Metro. I listened to the English dub on Metro, one of the Metro games, and the Russian feels so comical and bad that I was like, this is the dialogue. That's
Oh, yeah, you did tell me about Metro.
That's the
like
only
that.
other game where I think I've ever had a complaint about the voice acting. That's normally not something I really judge a whole lot.
You should just play Metro in Russian. Like, just let it play the
I
native.
did.
The native.
From then on, I did. I was like, this is
Sometimes.
awful. I was like, this is terrible. Like I just went to subtitles.
Yeah. Who is?
But then it felt like satirical. Like it was so comical, almost cartoony. Like it took you out of the Metro experience. Like I was like, no.
Yeah, your thoughts are kind of like validated. Some people are saying the same thing about Jason's voice. They say it sounds off. Yeah, more and more I dig into it, people are saying it.
I was wondering if I was
he
real
legit
cute.
he feels like a drag. Like when he greets Lucia and he's just like, "Hey," it's like what?
Yeah,
When he
kinda
gets her out of
flat.
jail, it's just real flat. Like
Yeah, it's just kind of off. It's just like,
why are you here?
it really bothered me. Like it really,
It really bothered me too.
that's amazing.
So
That's amazing.
yeah, we are never in sync like this.
Yeah,
We've
we're
been in
usually
sync
yin
like
and
this the
yang.
last couple
This
of days.
is nuts.
Yeah,
Wow.
I'm gonna play it. I'm excited to play it, but I'm
course.
just
Yeah.
I'm
Definitely
not
gonna get it.
enthralled by. I don't know what
Hopefully
the
it's
story is.
a lot more fun to play than he sounds.
Yeah.
So.
I think it will be.
We have so much crazy. Like this show is the Last of Us 2 of shows where we have like 3 different shows within a show.
Yeah,
This
we do.
news is nuts. A lot of
have-
big news this week. Sorry, Delvin, I cut you off. You want to say
No,
something?
I said yeah. We have like 3 different versions of this same show.
Yeah.
Like 3 huge stories.
So the next story, Fortnite will return to the U.S. iOS shop after a court rules that Apple willfully violated its court order in the Epic Games suit. Sweeney said he'd like to be open to... hang on. I wrote that down last week. I forget about it. That was about consoles because that's really where this conversation can start to go. Apple is, of course, appealing this decision. And then once that appeal is done, then they will have to open up, which opens up a lot of like coulds. Like this could happen because this precedent that is set here is pretty extreme and could impact consoles, could impact gaming. Not even just consoles, like literally in-app gaming. You could have a lot of people linking you out to different stores and stuff, trying to bypass, collections fees, finder fees. But there is a case. People have wondered, like, at least in the gaming space, a lot of people are asking, like, what does this mean for like PlayStation, Nintendo? Like, could somebody take them to court and say that, like they don't deserve to force you in their walled garden? Because it is the same principle. And for anybody that didn't follow us or listen to us then, during the Apple Epic case, that was actually talked about in court. And and Epic did say that they see consoles different than phones. And I actually do think that's a standard to stand on. They're like 100 million phones. They're not really the same. I mean, there are 100 million Switches too, but I don't know how many phones. There's got to be way more than that. Way more than 100 million.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. Sorry, I was like way, and I was
We're
thinking
talking
like
about
just
billions.
billions,
There's billions
of
of
phones.
phones.
Yeah, billions of phones. It's not nearly like a console. They dwarf consoles, but in principle, it is the same thing. So this could have far-reaching ramifications, and you never know. We may get to a point in a game where a game pop up and you click it, and then it sends you out to a browser and go link into there and spend your money there, and it's interesting.
I really hate the idea of that. Browser experiences on consoles kind of suck.
Yes.
And I really don't want to have to go to 37 different stores to buy the games for the PlayStation. Like I don't want to do that. The same way people on PC just want to buy their shit in Steam.
Yeah.
That's exactly how I feel about the console. Like I don't want
Speaking
to
of
do
PC,
that.
well, I'm sorry, not PC, but I was thinking you said PC, and I was thinking of Xbox, Microsoft Gaming over there. This is big news for them because they have not allowed in-app purchases and stuff in their Xbox app with Game Pass and streaming because of this. Now they can. Now they can just link you out to the Xbox store, and you can buy the game there, and you can buy it directly on your phone, versus having to cut Apple into the mix. They could sell you Game Pass subscriptions in app now, which they couldn't do before. So it's pretty big news for Xbox. If they have a
and I
mobile
think-
store, they could do the same thing with a mobile store with mobile games.
And I think that works great on phones. think that works great on phones. It works great on PCs because the interface is designed for that.
Yeah, I agree.
Consoles, not so much. It's just, ugh.
I had somebody ask me what they thought Nintendo would do if something like this happened, and they were like, would they just go? I was like, I actually think they would just go Nintendo only.
Wouldn't shock
The
me.
answer to that is just Nintendo only.
Yeah, no
And
more
then they'll
Fortnite over here.
Correct.
You want a game store, then you don't get to play here. Plain and
But
simple.
I agree with Sweeney that it's different. Now the problem is Sweeney's not the only person that could bring up that lawsuit. Somebody else could bring up a lawsuit based on this.
EA could do it.
Yeah, anybody else?
EA could do it. Ubisoft could do it. I'm trying to think of like all the major players that have their own game
Tencent?
stores. Oh God. Jesus Christ. Yeah,
So-
I don't like this for consoles.
Could be something
all.
that nobody thinks about today, but becomes a really big deal in the future. We'll see. We'll see how it goes.
They are trying to kill independent George.
Reminds me a lot of NIL. Like everybody kind of liked NIL. It's like, yeah, we want everybody to get paid, and then you see like all the ramifications. You're like, you're destroying the sport. You're breaking up the band, Yoko. It's ruining everything.
Yep.
This could be a part of that. I wonder if Apple would ever go to like an Apple only model. Like, fine,
Yeah.
they couldn't. That would cost them billions,
Yeah. Phones
hundreds
you really
of billions.
can't.
No, they
Phones you can't.
But
Consoles
it's an
we
interesting
could.
idea. It's an interesting idea if they went Apple only. No app store, just their only things. Like you only got Apple Music, Apple like their own thing. You know, that's the way around it.
It wouldn't shock me. And the funny thing is, I think people who are really tied to Apple would just be like, okay,
That's great. Yeah.
yeah, all right.
Because the opposite then is instead of opening it up and taking a piece of everything, then the opposite is then you license or buy everything. All right, we love this mobile game. Now it's our mobile game. Right? We love this indie game. Now it's we've bought the game.
Yep.
It's
And now you
exclusive,
can
it's
only
ours.
play it here. Yeah.
Yeah, that would be the counteraction. Like on the extreme version, of course. On the extreme version of where this could go, that would be where you would go.
And then you just ban Fortnite. All right, no problem. You can't be here, but we're gonna buy all the other things that we want to be here, and you just lose out on this entire
We'll just
piece
buy
of the pie.
somebody to make a Fortnite clone.
Yeah.
Everybody else is trying it. Why not us?
Sure.
Fortnite.
Dev, we have some Destiny
You're
news.
stupid. Yeah. So yeah, Destiny 2 Year of the Prophecy was announced. Launches July 15th. They're actually changing their model. They're going to be going with 2 large expansions per year, where it used to be 1 large expansion with a bunch of story beats. So now it's 2 expansions per year, with smaller story beats in between. The first big expansion is called The Edge of Fate, which comes out July 15th. We'll be going to the edge of the universe. Looks really cool. The second one is called Renegades, which is going to take place in December. And this one is inspired by Star Wars. So it's going to be a Star Wars-like tale in the Destiny universe, complete with lightsabers. It really looked like episode 4. Like they were at Mos Eisley. It looks insane. So I'm
They're
like,
just licensing shit into Destiny now.
Yeah.
apparently, I mean, they've already done that. Like you
Put
you
Chucky
get
in
the
Destiny.
whole Vader outfit. There's Vader, Kylo Ren, and General Grievous have
Use
whole
some Fortnite
outfits
skins.
within Destiny.
Some loading
Yeah, they-
screens.
Yeah.
Some cosmetic
see.
loading screens.
Still ain't getting me in there.
Yeah, no, that's nonsense. But a lot of the stuff that they've made, like just within like the small Destiny community stuff that I've seen, like people are really excited about this stuff. They're like, this is the first reveal where it's just felt like W after W after W after W. A lot of the changes they made, the things they're bringing to the game, have a lot of people excited. The story looks really like compelling and interesting because we're finally starting to get outside of our known like galaxy. So people are really excited about that. And there's always been this mystery surrounding this group called the Nine. So people who are still in the Destiny and still playing, it's really exciting for them. And I think it'll bring back some of the players who haven't played in a while just for the story stuff. So very exciting for the Destiny group. Yeah. And they also are adding a lot of stuff for solo players because they know the onboarding of the game is really difficult for new players or people who don't really know. So they've added a lot of stuff. Yeah, so they have a thing just called solo ops that is there for just single players to take you exactly to all the different beats of the story
maybe I'll
that
play
make
that.
it very, very simple
Yeah.
for you.
Now we're
You know, I was
talking.
listening to your music in the car. I was just telling
As
my
you
wife.
should.
She was like, "What do you listen to?" I was like, "Have you ever heard this?" She was like, "What is it?" I was like, "This is the soundtrack to Destiny." She's like, "Is that a video game?" I was like, "Yeah." She's like, "Is it good?" I was like, "I have no idea." She's like, "What?" I was
exactly
like,
how that conversation go.
I haven't really played
Never
it.
played it, babe.
It's been around for 12 years, so it's doing something right.
She's like, "But you like the music?" I was like, "It's great though. Like the music's
is
excellent."
fantastic. Oh,
Just
so good.
like the music.
But yeah, the solo ops, I'm very excited for it because I am just a solo player when it comes to Destiny. I ain't got
I do
time
like-
to do
is
no
it like
raids, no other stuff.
Structured. Go here.
Mhm.
Like, oh,
That's-
I am
that's what it-
going
all-
to play. Do I get to play
all
this
the
for free? Is it
screenshots that
free
I've
to play
seen?
now? Do I have
It's
to buy
been
it?
for, I don't.
It doesn't
I
matter
think
if
with
I have
this,
to buy it.
I think that
It's gotta be cheap
there'll
by
be
now,
a
right?
lot of stuff that will be in it. Or solo will be the solo ops, so you'll be able to play a lot of that
Wait,
stuff.
can I
in
just
there.
play
think,
yours? You haven't seen?
Yeah, I think maybe. I don't
I'll
know.
just play yours.
You can see
Yeah.
if it's part of the family. I honestly I have no idea if Destiny is part of the family plan or not.
Sure.
But I think
Dude,
I
put
have
Destiny
it. I
on
think
Switch too.
yeah, do that.
Why not?
Do that.
That'd be awesome. Maybe I'll
Destiny's
play
a
it.
hell
Yeah, I do.
optimized games. It runs well.
Maybe I'll play
everywhere,
it there.
so
I
it's
might wait.
incredibly
Anybody ask them about a
optimized.
Switch port?
I haven't seen anything about that.
Dev, call your boys.
Look.
Tell
Here.
them
I don't have any.
Destiny on
I don't
Switch
have
too.
any boys.
Just
I don't have
the
any
solo
boys,
thing you just
Bungie.
said, not the rest of
Yes.
it. Just that part.
You
Put it on
guys might get
cartridge, put it
the.
on Switch.
You might get the Destiny mobile game that they have coming out. They may port that to Switch.
No, that's not a good idea.
But yeah, the solo ops looks cool. I assume that they're gonna revamp the entire game for that, so you'll be able to play through a lot of the old stuff and just all the story beats just through solo ops.
Sure.
Even the raids, they have some dungeons that launched like a whole thing where they have a complete guided version of that to where you can just play it solo and not have to worry about matchmaking, and it just takes you
Oh, that's
through it.
awesome.
I'm like, I'm gonna do that because I haven't played any of these dungeons because ain't nobody got time to matchmake and try to figure all that shit out. So I'm very excited for that portion of it. So
I never thought about
Yeah.
it. They're definitely going to put Destiny on Switch too. That's going to happen.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're not going to not do that. They're definitely going to do that.
I mean, maybe it's PlayStation. Who knows? It's not Bungie. It's PlayStation. Who knows? Who knows what they're gonna do? They may be like, you need to put this on Switch too because we need that
Hot
money.
Shots and Patapon and Horizon. You're like, yeah, fucking figure it out.
Yeah, Destiny's one that you definitely should put
Like
on
these fuckers buy games over here. Get to work.
Yeah, we'll see. I mean, Bungie is kind of beleaguered with Marathon. Apparently, Marathon is exciting no one, much to nobody's surprise.
I feel very like Redfall here because, like Redfall, I saw Redfall and I thought it was really. I was more moved by that trailer than GTA trailer. Like I was excited for Redfall after the trailer, and I felt similar to Marathon. Like not that I was going to play it because it's not a game for me, but thought it looked cool. Like was like, man, this like if I wish almost like I wish I was into this because this is the type of game I'd play, and since I shared that opinion, I don't think I've heard one positive thing said about that game since. Like it is universally hated.
Yeah, it's like
oh,
this is
damn,
a game,
y'all real mad.
and then Arc Raiders came out and completely ate Destiny's lunch, ate Marathon's lunch. This new extraction PvE game called Arc Raiders, that looks awesome
On console.
I think it's coming to console, but they had a beta on PC only, which I actually got into. The game looks great. The idea around it is also pretty cool. It is not just a PvP game. It's really more PvE. And there's if you run into some people, it could be a PvP moment, or y'all can group up and try to get out. So it has some really cool stuff.
Oh,
so
yeah, this looks good.
Basically, everybody who played Marathon, who then played Arc Raiders, was like, Marathon ain't it. We're gonna be over here. So Marathon, I think, has a very, very difficult road ahead of it.
Well, then they're going to need that money. Then you better ready the Switch port. You better fucking get on it.
This Arc Raiders thing looks dope.
Somebody pull the Switch
does
lever
look dope.
in
It
case of
looks really
emergency.
dope.
Make
And
Switch
apparently,
game.
you can play the Arc Raiders stuff. Like, if you want to go it solo, you can go it solo too.
This looks really
It's not
good.
necessarily a team up game. Like, it has a full. You can play it by yourself. So
Yeah, this looks dope.
Cool. Staying in PlayStation land, PlayStation announced a new studio today, Team LFG. Let's fucking go.
That's just what I was gonna say.
Yeah, stands for what does it stand? Team looking for group. This studio is made up, founded by Destiny veterans. Dev put in here that they previously worked on a game codenamed Gummy Bears.
So yeah, this is actually a Destiny. It's a Bungie studio that then spun off into this additional group. It was bought by Sony, and they spun them off into their own little dev studio or whatnot. They were working on this third game that Bungie said they were working on. It was codenamed Gummy Bears.
Was
and
it
apparently that's what
everywhere?
this turned into.
That's what this game is. I was going to ask you. That's what this game is.
That's what this
game
game
is. They say
is.
that they're working on a team-based action game that draws inspiration from fighting games, platformers, MOBAs, life sims, and frog-type games.
Frogger?
That's the only frog type game I
don't
can
know
think of
what
is
the
Frogger.
fuck
I don't
that
know.
means.
Yeah. That is exactly what the internet said. What the fuck is this? Nobody cares.
Yeah, I don't know what that means.
It's called Gummy Bears, so it might be a Gummy Bears game.
So,
oddly enough,
we have a chat. D-Life wants to know, what do you think of PlayStation getting another live service studio? That's a good question.
we
Stop.
don't care. Nobody cares. Like,
Stop.
it's so funny. Like the few things that I've seen on it, everybody was just like, "What the hell is this?" No,
Delvin went on this epic rant about how
nobody
PlayStation
cares.
needs to do what people want, and they were like, "Yeah,
Yeah.
here's another studio.
Yeah.
We're gonna do it even harder."
I wish we had the what is his name? The clip of the rapper who said, "Just do something." What is the damn thing? What's his name?
Okay, yeah.
I can't remember his name now. I just went blank.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Every time you cut off one head of the Concorde Hydra, three
Another
more
one comes
back
up.
up. Like this
Yeah.
shit just
And it's funny because it feels like it's not even like another live service. This was already in existence. It just spun off and
sure.
take this team from
Formalized.
Bungie, do this, and now you are going to work on this and this only. Kyle posted it in the PlayStation chat, and nobody said a word because
Because nobody want to play that shit. Get that
he
shit the fuck
posted it
up out
at
of here.
6:37.
Poor
and
Kyle.
with
that
that
does sound
post,
like that's kind of Kyle's thing. Everybody's talking
Yeah.
about some PlayStation. Kyle's like, "Here's some news." Everybody just keeps moving on.
he killed the chat. Nobody has said a word. Not
it's still there.
nothing. It's still there.
Not a response.
And nobody said anything. Not a response.
The person I was
T-Pain?
referring to was T-Pain. Yeah.
T-Pain.
He was talking about artists keep doing the same shit over and over again. And he just gets on his wrist and says, "Do something different. Do something." We need that
You're
clip in
right.
here.
It's still there.
Yeah, nobody's
Shit
playing.
says yesterday.
Nobody's paying attention to that shit.
No,
Nobody got
this
time
was
for that.
today at 6:37 a.m. This maybe yesterday for
sorry.
you.
Time, yeah,
'Cause
yesterday.
time
My
zone,
shit says
yeah.
yesterday. I was like,
Yes.
damn, yesterday?
Bro, we don't want
He
this
just-
shit. We keep telling y'all we don't want this shit. Y'all keep trying to give us the same shit
at it.
over and
Like-
over again.
Yeah, I see it. And like the sad thing is if you look at the blog post, like what they said, it's even more like what? No, what? Nobody wants
Dotson.
this.
We got Dotson here.
I'm going to go
Right.
back to what I said. I might have said this last week on this show. PS3 generation, we got 3 Uncharted games. We got The Last of Us. We got so much shit.
And the spinoff.
And
The
spin-offs of
TLC.
shit.
Like, yeah.
TLC. And now they're like, "Nah, bro, we getting you an extraction shooter." Like, bro, you don't get the fuck out of here with this bullshit. I didn't come here for this. We got multiple little Big Planet games.
Yeah.
We got
Trilogy.
yeah,
Kart
we got-
Racer.
Big Planet Universe all on PS3. And now they're like, "Nah, bro."
Game development time was also very different. Like I was looking at that earlier. Like
maybe we go back then.
Yeah,
Yeah,
go back to what you were doing
Roll
before.
it back a little bit.
What
Let's
worked?
figure out how to do that because PS2 we got 3 GTAs.
Yes.
Yeah.
3 GTAs on PS2. We got 1 on PS3. Actually, 2 on PS3 because you got GTA 4 and 5 on PS3.
And spinoffs.
And then
ballads.
Nothing, and nothing on PS5. You just got several or
Back then,
PS4
their
and PS5,
expansions
just
were-
GTA 5.
their
Maybe we should,
expansions
like-
were legit. Their expansions were games.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Let's just roll it back a little bit. Just a little bit.
I think it's
roll
a
it back.
combination of just how much more difficult and how long it takes to develop games at the caliber that are expected
level.
for next gen.
It's an arms race. They're all spending to be better than the other.
I'll
Yep.
take a PS3
I'm with
caliber
you.
game.
Let's roll it
That's
back.
called
a bit.
Nintendo.
And we love it.
And that's why Nintendo's winning right now.
And that's why the Switch is what it is.
That's why people are going crazy over Switch 2. And everybody's looking at it like, nah, son.
Yeah, roll it back a little.
We're still waiting on that Wolverine game.
I'll give you $80.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're like, oh, we can't sell it. I'll give you more money. More.
Yep.
More. I'll give you more money more often. You roll it back and give me more games to buy.
Yeah.
We got Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom.
And Tears. Yeah. We
got multiple Mario games. Not one. We got multiple Mario games in different genres of Mario.
True.
And PS5 like, we'll give you a God of War.
We got
get one eventually.
We got like 1.5, you know. We got like a Spider-Man and a half.
Yeah.
We got Miles and Spider-Man 2.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's the arms race. Like when you're trying to chase that, and it takes way more time. It's harder to make games, takes longer to make games. If you have a flop, then you're fucked because it takes, how long has GTA 5 been, or GTA 6 been working on? 13 years at this point?
I keep seeing that. Obviously, they did all that GTA Online support and stuff like that.
Yeah,
I understand why
they also
people
made
say
Red
that,
Dead
but
2.
but I've seen it so much that I'm almost worried that people actually think they've been sitting for 13 years making this.
Yeah,
if you think that, then GTA is going to be very disappointing.
Yeah, it was not
has
13 years
made
not
for 13 years. Exactly.
They had GTA 5,
ported,
they had the GTA Online. They worked on Red Dead Redemption. They made Red Dead Redemption 2.
I've
they had
seen that
online
more
for
often
that.
than I like on Reddit and stuff. Like I see that frequently. I'm like, oh my God. Come on,
I had to tell one of my friends, I'm like, bro, they literally did all these things, and they were porting. They ported GTA 5 from 3 to 4 to 5. They up-resed it. They ported it to PC. They did Red Dead Redemption. They did Red Dead Redemption on PC. Like, there's so many things that they were working on that they weren't just working on GTA 6 for 13 years. Like, come on, bro.
Correct.
That's not what they did.
The expansions for GTA Online were very expensive.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
They were like full-ass games.
That money train going.
Yeah.
So.
Like, hey, we have a whole story mode with Dr. Dre. Like, what?
Right?
For what? Yeah, like that was a thing. Like, we got a whole story mode with just Dr. Dre just here.
Didn't they drop like an album or a song in the damn game?
Mm-hmm.
And like,
yes.
Yeah, it's on GTA.
Hell
tonight.
yeah.
Like, it was wild. I forgot about that.
Dr. Dre here.
Our last story is a rumor. This came out last week. I think it was reported by, I want to say, Insider Gaming. Ubisoft has 9 Assassin's Creed games planned in the next 6 years. 2 big RPGs, 2 multiplayer games, 2 small experiences, 2 remakes, and 1 mobile game, and a partridge in a pear tree.
Okay.
Assassin's Creed Jade should be the next game to be released, reportedly.
I'm going to ask you the $1 million question. Out of these 9, how many do you think we actually get?
4.
6.
I'll go 5. To just
Counting the mobile
be
game and remakes, 6. We get 2 or 3 of those, and then 2 or 3 new games.
I'll
6
say
years?
5.
I think that's pretty good.
I'm still going with 4.
Okay.
I'll go with 5. Be in between y'all.
Nice.
CeeLo, 4, 5, 6.
So that's the news. Big news week.
It's a lot of damn Assassin's Creed.
And like big news week. I just want whatever that hex thing is. I want witchy Assassin's Creed. That sounds amazing. Let me do that. I hope it's like Sherlock Holmes, like Puritan kind of shit. That would be awesome too. Salem witch trials, like that's legit. Let's do that too.
Just make
Assassin's
Gotham
Creed: The
Assassin's
Blair
Creed.
Witch Project.
Yes. And we're fucking talking.
What are the 2
$80.
remakes? I know that Black Flag is supposed to be one of the remakes.
Black
What's the
Flag's
other
being
one?
remade.
What's the other one? Can we redo the original Assassin's Creed? I would be very happy to do that.
That would be
I
cool.
think that's probably, that might be one of them, right?
I would
Everybody thought
love to
Mirage
play-
was that.
Unity.
I never played Unity, so I'd be intrigued to play Unity or
Jack-
play the
Jack's-
original.
That would be one
Unity.
they probably should remake. Hey, we fixed Unity. We remade it.
I would be okay with either of those.
And it plays well. Looks
Trying to
better.
get a list of how many remakes there are.
So I don't think the original Assassin's Creed ever got any
No.
like remake or anything.
People were jazzed when the early assets leaked and people thought Mirage was that. People were ecstatic.
I would
could
love
see
to
that
go
being
play
one
as
of 'em.
Altair again with the new
And,
combat
sometimes
systems and everything.
I want to say historically, but I don't know if that's true, but a couple times they've released the remakes as like an add-on for the game. That would make sense for Assassin's Creed 1.
They have done that.
Yeah.
So like you buy like the gold edition and you get the remake as a part of it.
Yeah, they did that with Assassin's Creed Brotherhood. You got Assassin's Creed 1 with it.
Mm-hmm. I think they did it with Rogue as well.
Yeah. Cool. All right, well, that's the news. Time to get into the Root Day segment. Here's the final scoring update for this season. All of us got Forza Horizon 5 wrong as it came in at a 92 over the 91.5.
Motherfucker.
It also sold 1.8 million copies at full price on PlayStation as of now.
All the headlines are right. The Xbox is dominating the PlayStation store. They've got like the top 5 games or something.
I mean, yeah, as they should, because I mean,
they're the only one
good
releasing
games.
games for the console.
Yeah.
PlayStation's got no games. Where's that meme? PlayStation got no games.
Don't need them no more.
Yeah, we don't need them. Thanks, Bethesda.
Xbox got them.
They just closed down the studios.
Thanks,
Let
Microsoft
Xbox
Gaming.
do it.
God
Take
got
your
us.
Oblivion.
Xbox.
We'll take your
Give
Forza
us all
and
your
your
games.
Indiana Jones.
your Indiana Jones. No problem.
Yeah.
Thank you. Yeah.
Thanks
the
for
top 3
Gears.
games were those. Oh no, the top 3 games were Minecraft, Forza, and Oblivion.
How do we not talk about that tirade that we went on the day before yesterday in the Discord when somebody started bringing up that fucking trial, and I started remembering all of the shit that we did with
my
this
God.
acquisition.
Oh, that
The
was so
years
fun.
that we spent chasing this fucking story and all the fucking takes that we heard. And Paris
we were
Lilies, they didn't spend $70 billion not to do this, and we were following fucking lawyers on YouTube and what
Yep.
Destin said, and not and myself included. All of us, like that's the point. All of us included. All gamers, millions of us, weren't even fucking remotely close to the outcome that has arrived.
even.
Not even close. Not one person was like, actually, they're going to buy them and go complete third party. Gears is going to be on PlayStation. Not one fucking They made Xbox sell the streaming rights because they were going to be too powerful to compete with. The industry had to be protected. And they could have saved so much time and effort by just walking in and be like, all games everywhere all the time, and just walk out the door. What the fuck did we I feel foolish for having to remember all of this energy that we wasted on this nonsense.
Yeah.
Feel like a
Thanks a
fucking
lot, Xbox.
idiot.
Thanks a lot.
Yeah. Xbox like, and they should just came in and said, "No, we want to help PlayStation. We're
Yeah.
not taking the game away. We want to
You're
help
gonna make
you."
Call of Duty exclusive? We're not making a Halo exclusive. Like
Yeah. We like money, and
We
because
wanna-
of that, we're gonna put this shit everywhere.
even Sadia, like, listen, plans change. I understand that's what happened, but even Sadia was like on the stand, like, we want to compete. It's like, bitch, with who? Like, you're not competing
No one.
with EA.
I made it up.
If you think about it, we went from I think the first headline after the merger was Jim Ryan's, "I don't want a deal, I want to stop your deal." That was like his quote, like, "I want to stop your deal from happening." And then, 3 years later, Xbox's return quote, "We want to give you all of our games."
Right.
What the fuck happened? Like, we need a documentary about this whole turn. Like, what Xbox has done, has become, has changed is what in one console generation they couldn't even wait for the fucking console generation to then change everything for the next one. They couldn't even do that mid console. They sold millions of boxes to people mid console. They're like, oh well, fuck yourself. Like,
Yeah.
wild.
Like, was that always the plan? Did somebody just, make a miscalculation? Was there a decimal point put in the wrong place?
Nah.
And they
It's like
realized, we
somebody
fucked
new
up.
got promoted and walked into the Xbox office and was like, we're done here.
They pulled the rock. As soon as that deal got signed, they did
Oh my God.
Poor fucking Cody Phil Spencer.
as soon as it happened, as
Just
soon as it went through.
It's crazy to think that all of that has happened. It's not multiple generations. It wasn't a slow thing. Like, at least Sega had multiple cracks at it. You know, they kept trying. Like, no.
At least Sega went out with some goddamn dignity.
Right.
Just said, fuck it.
Xbox says, you know what?
Sega,
We quit.
We're going down with the ship, baby.
We quit. We're going to go ahead and put our games here. We're going to finally acquiesce to you people asking for a handheld. We'll partner with somebody to make it for us. And then maybe put some other hardware out. We don't even know why.
Nah.
We don't even know why we're doing this.
Xbox, like, our job is to make PlayStation more richer. How can we help you be successful?
So I'm telling you about Series PlayStation, Series P, Xbox Series P. Fucking
like
make
I said,
some
it's
green
the
plates. Put it on the box.
The PlayStation Xbox empire. Like, you know,
I respect it.
we won. Yeah.
Do you think they'll put Game Pass on it?
No.
That's like the thing, right? Like,
I don't think
that's
PlayStation.
not just that's the only play. Like, they're gonna make the money off the thing, but like, it feels like that's what they want to do. Right?
That's what
They
they
want
wanna do.
their
I feel like
app
that's
and
what
Game
Xbox
Pass.
wants to do,
Yeah,
but it's
that's what
like,
they want to do.
Not what PlayStation want to do.
do we get more? Does PlayStation get more from selling 1.8 million copies, or do we get more if we put
Good question.
Game
I don't
Pass
know.
on the store? So that's the question.
Yeah, I don't know
Like,
what
If
weighs
these
more.
games were selling at full price, no, I don't want your subscription service
I used
on my
to always
face.
say that you can't put Game Pass on a competing platform because if you cut them in at their 30% cut, that makes Game Pass math not work.
Mm-hmm.
But not if the game price goes up. Like, the price for Game Pass goes up, you could work some room in for some people. You can maybe cut them some slack. So I don't know.
Yeah. And I still feel like the vast majority of people won't even subscribe to Game Pass. They'll still just buy the one game that they want.
Well, I mean, that's what Call of Duty showed.
Yeah.
Call of Duty
Like,
didn't
so-
really move the needle at all. Remember, they didn't even want to include it. That was a whole. And remember, they were going to buy Sega. Like, we went through a whole reminiscing. It's almost like I had wiped it off of my memory. I'd forgotten all about it.
Because it
And
just,
And just talking about it just made me so angry.
you
I
were
was like,
so
these
mad. It was
fucks.
so funny.
Like, I fucking suck.
And then you have the Xbox apologists in there. And you're just like, no,
Stockholm
damn it.
syndrome. Stockholm syndrome, man. Like, I broke free. You can get out too. You can make it out. You don't have to just keep taking it.
Oh, I subscribed to Game Pass because of Dottie Reese. Oh, you were so deep in it.
I was. That's what somebody was like. I miss Donnie and Elaine. It was TPR. Like, I miss Donnie and Elaine and Forza. And you're right. We were. I was so optimistic. I bought so hard on the Xbox Vision.
You did.
The
You were-
Xbox Series X Vision.
They hooked you in
And people
so
are like,
good.
why do you care if the game? I'm like, fuck off. You weren't there. Okay? You don't get to talk.
Yeah. Yep.
I was there. Damn it. Oh,
Daniel, we know. Anyways, so yeah, we all got Forza wrong. We all got the underwrite on Days Gone as it came in at a 78, only 2 points higher than its original score of 76.
Good job.
Delvin and Donnie got the underwrite on Oblivion Remaster as it comes in with an 82 with a line of an 86.5.
Knew that one.
Now on to our NBA segment. Delvin and Devin got the Nuggets right, winning the series. Neither of us picked the correct number of games because that series went 7. Devin got the Warriors pick right as Steph Curry reminds Donnie that Houston is his bitch.
yeah.
Yeah,
They completely choked that one away, didn't they?
he sure did.
They had him.
Yeah. Donnie, however, got the Wolves winning right as Devin was blinded by his Lakers fandom. Yes, I
Told
was.
you.
I just wanted them to win. I wanted them to win. All right. And then we
Wanted
all
them
got
to
the
win.
Knicks and 6 right somehow.
Yeah.
So that leaves the final score for this season 21 for Donnie,
Nice.
22 for Delvin, and 26 for the new reigning, defending, undisputed Rude Days champion of the world.
Stop.
This guy, Dad Ninja Dev.
26 for the new, reigning, defending, undisputed Rude Days champion of the world. Come on, you got to get into it.
I like it. Pretty good.
You owe Paul Heyman his respect.
Who?
Oh my fucking God.
Yeah.
Fuck Paul Heyman.
Wow.
Well, yeah.
Give a fuck about him.
Go.
Wise man, whatever. Kick rocks.
He's the man.
Drop him on that stack of dimes he calls a neck.
He has
Paul
no
E,
neck.
man. He's the best.
He has no neck. Let's not get ourselves here.
Yeah, I won. I took season 1. We'll see what happens in season 2. I'm going to wait for Donnie because Rude Days has some addendums he'd like to launch for the second season, which
I don't know.
we need
I
to
don't know
have a
what those
consensus
addendums
about.
is. I read it. I'm like, what the fuck is he talking about?
You didn't understand? It didn't make sense to you?
No, I can't read, Def.
Oh, it's unfortunate. Basically, so for season 2, he wants to add the 4th chair, which basically gives the Rude the ability to have his answer for the question. So now it's like we're playing against the house.
Okay. Because I'm like, who the fuck is the 4th chair? Yeah,
It's played in English.
no.
He says the 4th chair, which the Rude will give his answer to the question to be used.
I don't like
Unless PSVG has a guest for the week, or if a member of the Discord or even the chat would like to try their hand at the 4th chair, is now the PSVG community. However, I do like the Rude Days as the 4th chair because it's like we're playing against the house.
I do like that. That's a good idea.
So, Downey, season 2, Rude Days will give his answer. He's the house.
Yeah.
We're playing against him now. So,
Got it.
I like that a lot.
Saul,
So,
would you like to play a game?
basically,
But hold. That means he can't give any of his questions that he knows the answer to then.
Of course.
I don't think he's ever given anything that he knew the answer to.
Yes, he has.
Who's my favorite team and stuff like that? Of course.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
that
The
goes
one that
without
he
saying.
did.
The
There was one.
controversial one.
Just because your
fuck.
dumbass didn't know,
Yeah, we knew you didn't know.
Mr. I can't read.
Hey, fuck off. All right? You don't tell me what the fuck I knew or didn't know.
So we've got one scenario to start off season 2.
Yes.
Over or under for 87.5 for Doom the Dark Ages. Doom Eternal God in 88. Rude, the house is going with over.
I agree.
I too agree. I'm going with the over.
Rip
This
his hair.
shit looks incredible.
It does.
You know what? I'm going over.
It does.
Fuck it.
Yeah.
It does look amazing.
Yeah.
I was trying
And-
to think maybe I should go to under just in case. But nah,
Yeah.
I can't.
Counter
Wait,
pick, but
you trying to start out with a loss? That's how you feel?
Nah, I just felt like this is
you
not
really
one
are
to
with
be-
Miami, huh?
Yeah, this is not the one to pull that one with.
No, it's not.
Yeah.
We know it does good work. They do great work. This thing's gonna run at 1,000 frames per second on a potato.
I'm excited.
See, the
I'm excited
ideal
to
is my theory was IGN's gonna fuck it up. Everybody else gonna give it a 10, and IGN's gonna give it like a 6.
Yeah. Then we're GameStop.
IGN
GameSpot.
owns everybody now, though.
Yeah,
That's true. That's true. So
They do
yeah,
it
there you
all
go.
the time.
Season 2 starting off with Doom the Dark Ages. I currently held the championship belt. We'll see if I can be dethroned.
Probably not. We'll see. I don't know.
We'll see. It depends on if Donnie actually wants to play this season. Because he
I
didn't
spotted
really
you guys like a dozen.
he didn't try playing in the first half. And he still caught up and damn near beat you.
Just pulled a LeBron.
That's fine.
Time to flip the switch.
All right. Question time. Free to Play Joe wants to know, is Donnie waiting on the Switch 2 to play Gears Remastered? And what other third-party games would you buy a second time on Switch 2? The answer is all of them.
Correct. That is the
Correct.
correct answer.
Somehow that is correct.
As long as it's not on the key card.
Absolutely. Even if it's on a key card, I still get a digital copy. Just won't buy the key card. I was arguing with people on Reddit earlier about key cards.
Key cards are like the dumbest shit I've ever heard in my life. It's just stupid.
There's
It's
a
just
meme,
stupid.
Well, they're going to
there's
sell
a
like
meme
crazy.
that somebody posted, and it was like, I don't understand why. And it was like the game key card, and then the reaction was like, we hate it. And then it was the little label on the PlayStation disc that says installation required. And then like people were like, but we like it. He was like, the hypocrisy. And I responded, I was like, well, obviously the difference is pretty easy. All game key cards require a download. Most discs have the game on it. You just have to install it. Meaning when the eShop closes, you can put the disc in and install the game and keep playing it. That's the difference. Like that's as plain as day, the difference between those two scenarios. And I wrote that. And then this person replied back to me and they were like, that's not true at all. And he said, in your logic, as if I was giving like an opinion. I thought I was stating facts. They go, your logic is that these are the same things. And not all game key cards are digital only. A lot of cards are physical. So you know me, my bad. I can't just like let that go.
No.
So I literally went and counted all of the games. Like you come back with numbers. And before I did that, this person responded. He said, "Bro said all games." And he goes, there's so much misinformation here. Definitely couldn't let that slide. So I replied back. I was like, bro said all key card games. There's a difference. Ironic that you're spouting off misinformation about me while being inaccurate yourself.
I appreciate that the same energy Donnie says I have about Twitter is the energy he has on Reddit. Like,
I was just taking on all comers. I was like,
fuck that, son.
Yeah,
You're not
exactly.
getting
Like,
away with this one.
I can't just let this sit here like this. Besmirch my profile. Fuck off.
Attacking me in my domain, my dojo.
Yeah. Actually.
Take that shit to Twitter. Go lie over there.
But yes, we'll be buying Gears Remastered when it comes to Switch 2. We'll be playing it when it comes to PC on Game Pass.
I'll buy the first Resident Evil game that comes to Switch 2 on
I will too.
this.
I'll buy all the Far Cry and
whichever
Assassin's
one it
Creed
is.
games. If Ubisoft wants to give me Far Cry and Assassin's Creed on Switch, I'll buy those too.
Yep. God. People on Reddit are dumb.
I'll buy Fable. I'll buy most Xbox games if they come to Switch.
Like I said, all of them.
Yeah.
Let's just keep it a buck.
I'm sure there's some that I wouldn't.
Anything that you actually like, if it comes to Switch 2,
Probably. That's probably
you're
true.
going to get it because you're going to want to have it just
That's probably
a
correct.
drop of a dime. Yes.
Correct.
I know
Wouldn't buy
my friend
Sunset
Donnie Reese.
Overdrive.
No. Not at all. I'm still shocked that hasn't come to PlayStation.
Me too.
That is shocking.
The fuck
Might
are they
as well.
waiting on?
Yeah.
What are they
why
waiting
not?
on? They own Insomniac. Like,
Bring it.
Insomniac should
waiting
just
on?
do it themselves. They should just pour
They
it
really
and put
should.
it on
Well,
there
there
and
you
just
go.
call their bluff, see if anybody send them the 30% check. Here's your royalties.
yeah, nonsense. Lewis, who says, I was going to ask this one for Shaq, but forgot. Might as well now. With gaming prices going up seemingly across the board, do you think this will eventually blow up the retro market again? Reminds me of when GameCube games skyrocketed in price during COVID.
We got a similar question to this like last week, I think, right?
I don't remember.
Me either. I
Those,
wasn't here last week,
those
never mind.
GameCube games are still skyrocketing. Like they didn't.
I was
change.
gonna
They're
say
still
I don't
there.
know that that's changed.
I don't think the two are related. I don't think correlation is causation. I think over time, I think social media has definitely popularized retro gaming in a way that like wasn't before. I think COVID was a part of that. Gaming as a whole exploded, and then that encouraged people to buy more retro. And then I think I've seen a lot of like retro influencers, collectors, like that's just become very in vogue. And as that supply dries up, the price goes up, and I think that's what we've seen, and I don't think it's coming back.
Correct.
I don't think that's I don't think it has anything to do with modern game consoles and the price. I don't think anybody's like, I can't afford a PS5, so I guess I'll buy this PS2. I don't think that's a thing.
Correct. It's really just collectors and the rarity of the game. If the game ain't rare, it's not going to be
just running out of games to buy.
And old people like me.
Like we've bought most of the 64 and GameCube games that are available for sale.
Yeah.
So
Big Dick wants to know, will GTA 6 be worth the wait?
Yes. Yeah, GTA
Yes, I
6
think it will be.
blow people's minds. Yeah.
Yep, 1,000%.
At the very least, you can fuck this character that everybody wants to fuck. So there you go.
God. It's GTA. You can fuck all the characters.
No, they want this one specifically.
And you're not going to be able to see it, so what difference does it make?
Probably the one that you manually can't. You can only do it via cutscene in the story chapter.
Oh, people will be upset.
That probably, I bet on that. That Maroon should make that the line. I'll bet on that line.
If they make it that you can only bang the guy that everybody hates, what is his name? I don't remember his name.
Jason.
Joseph?
Jason.
Yeah.
Jason!
People are going to be livid.
Jason! Yeah. Yeah. It's going to be dumb.
It's going to be great.
You're going to be able to do it. But the game is going to be great. People are going to love it. It's going to sell a bajillion copies day one.
Is there a new console to play it on by the time it comes out? Getting about that time. Maybe not in May, but give it a bit. Let it cook.
It'll be a new Xbox handheld, maybe.
Not that far.
What are they going to charge for it? $7,000.
Now, here's the thing. If the tariffs are like long lasting, that actually is the thing that could extend this hardware. That could be a very true case to just be like, everybody fucking chill for a minute.
I was thinking the exact same thing. Like, I feel like COVID already extended these consoles. I think the tariffs are going to extend them even further. I think we're looking at a PS3, Xbox 360 type era.
Even out of tariffs, you could just say the adjustment for inflation is just gonna, because why would you launch another hardware? Like for PlayStation, what's the point?
Yeah.
Honestly, there's actually maybe we don't have to do it now. Maybe one day. There's almost a good point is like, what is the point of releasing any better hardware? Like, yeah, I can ray trace better, but what is the actual give back right now? And it's almost like everybody could be a little bit more selective. It's like, games look great.
Yeah.
Like they generally look great. Like I know you can make them look more great, but they look great now.
The reality is what are you going to get? It's really going to be a step back. Any new console that we get is going to be a step back while they learn to develop for that damn thing. Because we all know towards the end of the generation, the games look and play way better. So right now, we're going to be getting way more games that actually run at a consistent 60 frames per second. We're starting to get more ray tracing. It's just going to be,
it'll be better frames. They'll have some new lighting engine, but it'll be mostly, we have better performance on the stuff we had before, and we can do the effects that we couldn't do before without losing performance. It'll be ray tracing, particle effects, path tracing. That's what better hardware could get you. And to be honest with you, I just don't think a lot of people care enough to buy that for that reason. That's not a compelling reason to buy a new console outside of the hardcore. And if you're that hardcore that you would do that, you likely have a PC, would be a PC. You're almost more able to go that way. Like a console, it doesn't really matter.
You buy a console for the ease and to just play video games.
Yeah.
And the reality is the next thing, 8K is not a thing. It's just not a thing yet.
Yeah.
So you're not getting any games at 8K. We're getting 4K. We're getting 4K 60 right now. We're starting to get that. And as the generation goes on,
and with some things,
we're going to get to that point where the next generation is probably going to be a slight step
better.
Back.
You could do that better with more hardware, but is anybody going to pay over $500 for that?
Right.
Not as many. Not as many.
Nope. So yeah, I really do think that this generation is going to be extended. I feel like we're looking at PS3, Xbox 360 type life cycle where it's just going to last longer.
Yeah, I mean,
with COVID now, tariffs, it's just we're going to be
right.
here for a minute. Mm-hmm. And it's not like anything is bad. The games are fucking great.
Yeah, if we could just have more of them.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I would be more excited for I would say more excited, I think, because I wouldn't be interested either way, but I think instead of another iterative release, you get a little crazy with options. You have like a bundle that comes with games and controllers, or you have like a 4 terabyte model, or like, like you just really start packing in some really cool things for the customers on the console you have now.
Yeah.
Versus releasing a new one.
You try to actually get rid of that damn PSVR too.
Well, yeah,
Still a thing.
That's true.
Do you still have yours, Delvin?
Yeah, still over there.
That damn
GameStop
thing
won't
outlived
take
the Xbox.
Yes, it did.
Wow.
That is hilarious. So this ties right into the next question by Rob3K. He wants to know, has gaming peaked? And what is your favorite era of gaming and why?
Yeah, probably.
Yes, it has for now.
Yeah, like probably, yeah.
Yeah. I don't like I say right now we're at like uncanny valley with graphics. It's getting better, but it's like, all right, well, how much better do we really need it?
When you say peaked, you just brought up like 3 Uncharted's, and like for comparing, like what was the peak?
Probably PS3 era.
It doesn't. Yeah, I mean we can all answer that, and those answers may be differently, but like it really doesn't feel like right now or around right now was better than it used to be, and I would say in a couple places on that timeline. Like if you could switch spaces just gaming alone, would you? I would in a couple places, like multiple places.
I agree.
I would skip back to.
Cause what that was, that PS3 era, Xbox 360, that was the Wii era, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Those
That was a
consoles
pretty good era.
fucking cooked, man.
That was
Like,
a pretty
it
good
was-
era.
It was an era so good that it was worthwhile having all 3.
Yes,
Yeah.
I
It
agree.
wasn't like which one of those. Like you need all of them. Fucking
need
get
all
all
of
of them. Like they're all great. God, what a time!
Yeah,
It-
that
it's a
era
Smile on
definitely
my
is the
face
peak.
just remembering that.
The amount of games we got, the clip of games, the diversity in games,
Yeah.
that was
I'm talking
the 360
Fable,
PS3
Gears,
era
Halo,
was peak.
Last of Us, Uncharted, Killzone, fucking Wii Sports,
I was
Galaxy.
gonna say, and then Wii Sports, something so
Fucking
different.
killer, man.
Yes.
Twilight Princess,
And
what a great time.
The DS, the PSP, like
Yeah,
What a
Yeah.
great era.
facts.
That might have been peak.
That was
I'm saying,
killer
I'm
E3
saying
era.
that's the
Killer
peak.
announcements. We're talking GTA and shit. Like, oh, it was so good.
Yeah. That was the peak. It's been a decline ever since. Like that is truly the peak of modern gaming, and it's
I
been
think so.
a decline ever
I
since.
agree with you. And like the example I would go with, like I was so hyped going into the PlayStation 4, and I think I loved it for like 1 or 2. But you're right, steadily declined through that generation.
I agree.
I was like, this is not as good as I thought it was going to be. Not as good as it
Right.
used to be. Like, yeah, that started then.
Even this generation, the Switch kind of has been holding things down.
Yeah, because it's
Oh,
because
boy, could you imagine if we didn't have
I was going to say that. Can you imagine
oh,
if Switch
no.
wasn't here? This would stink.
Yeah.
I'd be fine. Stink for y'all. I'd be fine.
I called the spots on these consoles early. Like 2 months into this, I was like, this ain't it though.
Yeah, that's sad. Yeah.
I feel good about that one. All it took was Dying Light, and I was like, I'm out.
This is rough.
I'm out. This ain't it. I need a PC dev.
Yeah. But yeah, I think the peak was truly the PS3 era because they weren't chasing
great
things.
era.
They were just making games. It's like we got to HD, and like now we're just
Those
gonna
handhelds,
we're
better
gonna
than the
make
handhelds we
games.
have now.
Yeah.
Not the Switch, but they're better than the PC handhelds.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
PSP,
absolutely.
the DS. Yeah.
Yep.
To do so much stuff.
Even
on
the
those things.
PSP with its stupid UMD thing, it's still better.
Yeah.
But yeah, now with the PS4, it was this chase to 4K and trying to do all that. Game development just it ballooned in how much it cost to make games, how long it took to make games, because they were
Concerning,
chasing
man.
things that gamers weren't looking for. So,
Yeah.
and this is
And
where
you
we're
can-
at.
And your consoles alone, you can just do more shit with them.
Yeah, now it's your
went from
multimedia
shoe-
center. Yeah,
We went from Shoe to Cerny. Downgrade.
Yeah.
We went
That's
from
big
Jackie
downgrade.
T. Right?
I mean, we still had Shoe in the PS4 era. I wouldn't.
But he
I know,
wasn't the-
I know, but he wasn't like the
He wasn't the main focus.
yeah.
in PS4. Cerny wasn't a focus. He's just the smart guy that said how the thing
I'm
worked.
just thinking like the face.
The face.
Yeah.
Yeah, Cerny was never the face.
Who was the face of PS3 Kaz?
Yeah, for sure, Kaz. Yeah.
I just said shoe.
And then long
Hey,
play. That
Kaz
was great.
to Cerny. Downgrade.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
So, like, point still stands. You corrected a point, and it's still true.
Very true.
Yeah. Yeah, and like you said, Delvin, like the multimedia of everything, trying to make all the systems do anything. Xbox with their ridiculous ass, we're gonna make this the center of your entertainment system. You're gonna plug your cable box into your Xbox. Like,
We have a console for you. No. Legit. Listen, as an proud Xbox One owner, have it. The HDMI in is a lost feature. Like that, the shit's the hotness though. Every console should have that. Like it should be standard. It's really cool to have.
That picture-in-picture function?
Yeah, like we used to snap that. Like it didn't. Like the OS wasn't really capable, but like I would love for that still to be a thing because it's very useful.
I agree. The problem is you're chasing the wrong thing, and this is
It's how
what
they
causes
sold it.
the decline.
They introduced it first. Instead of talking about games, they were like, let's talk about ESPN.
Mm-hmm.
And then it was Connect.
Yeah, I do remember that.
Yep.
Yeah, it's a real problem. You're like, this is the Xbox. Now let's talk about ABC and Fox News. You're like, what the fuck?
I'm here for video games, sir.
To an audience
the
that
right-
doesn't want to
Are we
hear
in the
about
wrong
any
class? Did you get the
audience
wrong
that don't
class?
hear about none of that shit. Let's talk about ESPN. What? No, let's not talk
I
about ESPN.
definitely remember ESPN. Yeah, they're like,
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
All
Do you
bad.
see us, sir?
E3 alone makes it a win.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was a lot more fun back then.
E3 felt
1000%.
special. The
I think
console
the special-
wars.
I didn't think
felt
first off
special
it
back
didn't
then.
smell special. I think towards the end of it, like as the corporates, then it really started to feel special. You could tell they were like trying to one up each other and everything.
Yeah.
But like the
Yeah.
early on, I don't think E3 smelled special, but was definitely like really fun.
Yeah.
You know,
It
just
was something
added a
that-
lot of fun to the video game space. Not like
1000%.
let's have performances and art and
No,
like
not-
none of that.
no,
Like
no,
it's
that crap.
legit just nerd
I'm talking
fun.
about like when they came in places like $5.99.99 and people like whoa.
yeah.
Xbox like $3.99 like oh.
Oh.
it was such a amazing moment
And then
on
your
the internet.
Xbox melted 9 times and you were like, oh.
Oh,
Yeah.
what happened to this?
It's so good, you're going to have to get a second job to buy it.
Yeah, great moments. I remember
And E3 was
time-
always extra special for me because it was in my city, so I'm always
Yeah,
trying to
You
go.
could go and I wish. It was like a dream
remember
for us for so long. I never
Yeah,
got a chance to go.
I got to go twice.
It's awesome. Yeah, you played Hot Shots for me for the first time. So
Yeah.
Married to the Games days, right? Or was that here? I think it was Married to
I
the
was married-
Games.
married to the
I was
games,
like, Dev, go find this kiosk. You were like, what? You're like, it's easy to find. There's nobody at that one.
Yes, it's empty.
Not a problem.
But I
You're
did.
like,
I
"Sir."
definitely put Dev on a mission. Go play this game and tell me about it. I had
Like,
questions.
sir, you want to play this?
How many characters are there? What modes are like a whole thing?
Fucking hot shots. Yeah, that and the PlayStation experience. Oh, man. Good times. So, what's your favorite era?
I said PS3.
Mine is still the 16-bit era. Nothing like it's the nostalgia. Everything around the Sega Genesis and the
That's a good
Super
one.
Nintendo for me, just that is what I think about when I think about video games.
I'm trying to think of reasons to give you a different answer, but I can't. It's I'm the same answer as Delvin,
Yeah.
and it's just there's too many games. Like I wanted to make a case for like the 64. I think a lot of my foundational roots are there, right? So I'm very nostalgic for the sports games, the wrestling games. Ocarina of Time is like my foundational Zelda game, you know. And like I could say that if you included that for me at that time, that was the PlayStation time as well. So like I also think of Clock Tower and Resident Evil like that. That time, I want to say like the summer of '98. Like that time was that was like it kind of laid all the bricks for what I was going to become as a gamer from that point forward. And even as special and foundational as that is, the sheer amount of franchises that I fell for during that PS3 360 Wii generation is unparalleled. You know, we're talking about like literally everything that's like all around me.
Yeah.
You know, with No More Heroes, Gears of War, The Last of Us, like all of it, like everything. Like I have so much stuff I couldn't really make a true genuine case for anything but that.
Yeah.
Makes
and also
sense.
that era, I also had disposable income. Like the 16-bit era, much as I love 16-bit era,
I did it.
I couldn't
hilarious.
afford games that era.
I was trading things in to get new things, like buy like per exclusive. Like somebody's like, I got this. I'm like, shit, I gotta go get that, and then I got this one. I gotta go get that one. Then, like, I went back and forth.
So it's funny you say that, Delvin, because I still have a shit ton of PS3 games because I had disposable income and I was working at Best Buy.
Because you're like an adult.
Yeah, but Blockbuster, like that's the 16-bit era for me. So I
That
didn't
is a
need
good point.
disposable income. I'd take $4, go to Blockbuster, and rent a game for the entire weekend for 5
It's
days.
hilarious. Because to me, that's this generation for me. This
You know what?
generation, I'm buying games just because. I'm like,
yeah.
sure.
Yeah,
I think I bought 3 games this week. You know, like I have disposable gaming income. Like,
yeah.
I've never had that until this era. Not this console gen, but like the last 10 years.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I had it in the PS3 era because I had no kids. Now that I have kids, I don't have that same disposable income for video games, and I don't get a discount because I no longer work at Best Buy. But when I think about just playing whatever, it really is the Blockbuster era. Just go rent a game, $4.
And that was the first
Good
time
to
I
go.
could play whatever I want, pretty much whenever I want.
God, I'm just thinking about summertime, just playing video games.
Even the
every
Married to the
week.
Games days, there were, all right, there was 10 games I want. I'm going to play these 5 on day 1, maybe trade in 2 of them to get these, wait for Black Friday. Like, even back then, I couldn't just buy whatever.
Yeah. And now you're buying 4 games a week.
Don't even
Just
play
off GP. Yeah.
them. The Switch
Great
stuff
question,
is cool right now.
Rob
It's hot
3K.
because I think everybody's clearing stock. So we're getting a lot of deals on Switch games. Like, I got a Switch game this week for $5, brand new.
Wow.
$5. It's like,
good
that's
deal.
crazy.
Delvin's like, tell me more.
Yes.
What game is it? Where can I find this piece of
That's true.
trash?
Let's go, baby. Deal or no deal, Dev? About to get it.
Oh, we got to bring that back. That was fun.
I almost sent you a Deal or No Deal. I was going to send it to Delvin. I was going to put it in the chat and say Deal or No Deal was going to be an anniversary PlayStation 5.
No fucking deal.
So I knew
don't get
you'd
to
say
buy
that, so I was
that.
like, Delvin only. Weigh in.
Captain Austin wants to know, what's the big deal with GTA? I mean, I like it too, but people
What's
go
the
crazy
deal?
about it. With that, this is one of the examples of sometimes I prefer 2 6s instead of a 9. Don't get me wrong, I like GTA. I just
Sometimes I
don't
prefer
get
2
why-
6s instead of 9 2.
Yeah, it's true. I can get behind that.
Sometimes, yeah.
Totally down for 2 6s instead of a 9. 100%.
Yeah.
I'll take
Yeah,
that trade every
so-
day.
I just don't
Um,
get why people are crazy about it.
All right. So remember during COVID, the pandemic, and everybody's locked in their houses, and then
Yes.
this game Animal Crossing came out, and then suddenly millions of people that have never bought a gaming console went out to buy a gaming console to play that one game, and then they just spent years playing that one game.
Correct.
GTA is that, but like times a million.
Correct.
Like GTA is, for most people, GTA could sell its own console. They
It
could
really
just
could.
put GTA on a console, and that'd be the only way you could play it, and it would sell tens of millions of copies. Because for a lot of people, this is the only video game. They just buy this video game, and they only play this video game. And those people, and there's millions of them, it's not a small, this is a huge, huge amount of people. They've been playing the same thing for 12 years now.
Yeah.
So the excitement is through the roof. Like they are jonesing for a new GTA.
And it's pop culture. GTA transcends gaming. It's pop culture.
100%.
People know GTA who never played video game a day in their life. So when a new one comes out, people
a
are going
big
to rush
deal.
towards it. Yeah, remember, I don't know if you, back in my day, GTA was on the news because it was too violent.
Yeah.
So there's a whole generation of people who remember that, who now come back to playing that game again. That made people want the game even more because they told them you can't have this game. It's too violent. Yeah. It transcends gaming.
Yeah, the pop culture alone, it's just that thing. Grand Theft Auto is him.
Yeah.
Plain and simple.
Yeah.
It's going to sell a shit ton of PS5 Pros.
It's so huge. Like it's going to shatter. Like it honestly makes Fortnite like pale in comparison. It's like the ultimate service game. People will pay $100 to get in and then keep paying to play.
Yeah.
Yep.
Like they'll spend hundreds, thousands on this game over the course of playing it.
There are people who started playing this game on the PS3 and still are playing it now.
Yeah.
2 generations later.
Think about
the game
that.
made $800 million day one and $1 billion in its first 3 days.
It's insane.
And it was
people
well
are still
worth it.
playing 5 now.
Mm-hmm.
That's insane.
We got a question for Shaq asking if the GTA is going to come to Switch 2. I'm going to have to let them all down.
You don't think so?
GTA you want.
There's no way. Come on, man. The sheer amount of geometry.
Yeah.
Even in the like this, like it's a phone CPU.
You know what they should
It's
do?
a phone processor. Like, come on.
You know what they should do? They should bring GTA 5 to Switch 2.
That's actually that's
that would
why
make a lot of sense.
I think both GTA 5 and RDR 2 are probably going to come. Now, like the question, like the answer that I'm saving, I'll spoil it for Shaq so people listen to both. You get a heads up. The answer that I'm saving is yes. Yeah, GTA 6 can come to Switch 2 via the cloud.
I was going to say the cloud. Can we do the cloud thing?
Yeah.
That's what I was going to say.
They did cloud games on Switch. So like that and that screen that they have should make that a better experience. I wouldn't rule that out.
Yeah.
But I don't think it's not. And I think I've seen it a lot on Reddit too. After the trailer, of course, there's so many people that are like, at least on the Reddit side that I'm seeing, they're like, oh, you just lower it to like 1080 or something. Like it's not a graphical. It's not a resolution.
Yeah.
It's not a GPU issue.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's not the issue here. So, yeah, I think it's more of a lighting. It's a lighting. It's a CPU. It's a
all
processing
of it.
thing.
It's the processing thing. It's a processing power thing. It's not the GPU. It's everything that has to work in tandem to make this thing work.
Maybe they'll prove me wrong. We've had impossible ports, but I don't think that's going to happen. Yeah. I'd be surprised if that thing runs on like an Ally.
That's a good point.
Yeah, because you got to remember, like there's no PC port yet. It's going to be a minute before we see that.
Yeah, I'm not playing it in May, whatever, 2026. I will see you in like April 2027 is when I will get into playing
2028.
Probably. I was real. Like, there is some hope with the delay that maybe that helps them like ready a PC version, but that's even if they even care to try.
Yeah, I feel like that's just not how Rockstar works, especially if they're trying to eliminate all the crunch. They're like, no, we're gonna get this out the door, support it, and then go to work on the PC port.
And I would agree because I think GTA Online. I'm gonna put that out on a locked SKU, make sure it's ready to go.
Yeah.
Then start working on the PC side.
Mm-hmm. And the reality is, you shouldn't develop them in tandem. Like this is why PC games suck when they first come out, because you're developing them in tandem with the console version when they need to be done on their own. Yeah. That way they don't suck. And Rockstar games on PC typically suck.
They typically do. Yeah, I finished Red Dead on my Switch. I had so many. I was like, just never fucking forget about it. Like, just never mind. I wish you didn't do it at all.
Yeah. All right. Final question comes from Mathman. He says Nintendo Online Store pre-orders for the Switch 2 in the UK are now open to anyone with an NSO sub after an invite-only period. What do you think that means, if anything, for the availability of pre-orders in the States through Nintendo's website?
Yeah, I mean, I think they have some stock. I don't know how much, but
not too much.
I mean, no, I actually disagree with that. I think Nintendo for launch day, I think Nintendo has gone out of their way. like above and beyond to try and have as much availability as possible. The estimates that I've seen from the analysts based on pre-order data is they think that number is between 6 and 8 million.
Seems like most people who wanted one.
If
that
you
I've
sell
seen got
8
one.
million consoles on day one, that's like you really showed
That's
up.
a lot.
That's a lot. Like most people don't show up with that much on day one.
Yeah.
And if they've got more, like, let's say they've got 10, like if the week one were like there's 10 million, so that's crazy. I don't think we've ever seen a launch like that.
Like I said,
Um,
for the most part, it seemed like most people who wanted one got
I agree.
one.
Like we have a few that didn't, but it's only a couple. All of our regulars, I think everybody's
I
and not
remember,
just
like-
have one, have 2 or 3 of them.
Yeah, because I remember when the PS5, like in the original Switch, it was like people were like, ooh.
I got one. If I can get one, it's available for everybody. That's how I feel.
I made a clip about that. I told Rebecca that. I was like, I was one of the things I told her in our React show. I was like, I'm so surprised at the amount of people that like either didn't like Breath of the Wild or didn't have a Switch or didn't want a Switch or said anything. How many of them, like we had people come out, Nathan, join the stream.
Right.
It's like, why are you here? And Rebecca laughed. I was like, Dev got one. She's like, what? I was like, Dev got a Switch. And then I sent her a clip of you being like, I don't even want one. End of the podcast. I just got one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the reality. I was not even looking to get one, but when it was like, here you go, if you want it, it's like, well, we'll do it for Hudson. He'll be very excited. He has no idea, and he won't see that thing until November.
It's hilarious.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean they have some stock. I don't
plenty.
know what it means, but they've got some stock. I don't know how much that is. If you're waiting, if that's your like only hope, I wouldn't be too optimistic.
Yeah. I wouldn't.
I wonder if they have like, if I had to guess it, maybe 100, 200,000.
Maybe.
Maybe. Yeah.
Maybe.
I mean, I registered my interest,
Maybe
so
they
we'll
kept
see what
a million.
happens.
I don't think they kept a million because they got to ship them themselves and everything. I don't think it's that many.
I don't think it's that many at all.
Yeah, it's easier to push that out through the retailers. If anything, they said they were going to do it, and they said they had the date. And then as we got closer to the pre-orders launching, especially after they delayed them, the president came out and said, we're sorry, but the demand is so high that not only may you not get an invite, but even if you get an invite, that console may not show up on launch day. So if anything, I think with the tariffs and everything, I could have seen them taking these stock that they set aside for NSO and moving it to retailers. And then lowering that number, like, you know what? Never mind. We're just going to push as many as we can out through Walmart and Best Buy.
Oh, well. We'll see what happens. Hopefully everybody who wants one truly can get their hands on it.
I think there'd be, at least in our bubble, it seems like there'll be a lot of cancellations. Once people get one, they'll cancel the others and stuff. So, there might, and there's always stock that stores hold for in-store. I'm sure if you go line up, there'll be, 10 or so you can buy the day of.
Yep. I think the people who don't have one from our group, I think Seth doesn't have one yet, and I think Grouchy doesn't have one. But I think maybe Josh. But
Josh is getting my
one of yours
backup.
is going to Josh. So yeah. So
Well, we got to talk about that. I got to get him on the show because the last couple things I've sold, the shipping has been expensive. Like, I hope he's ready for that because I don't know what it'll take to ship a Switch. It might be $100.
Did he say he'd drive down and get it, make a day of it, or some nonsense?
I don't know.
I feel like he said he would come to you.
But we need to be clear on that before. I'm like, man, because I shipped a controller to Steven. Dude, that shit cost me like $33 for a controller.
Wow.
And I was like, if a controller costs $33, like, what the fuck is a damn whole console going to cost? Like, it's much bigger and much heavier. So
We'll see.
yeah.
Well, that about does it for us. 3 hours in, I feel like that's a good, solid show. It's like 4 shows in one today. We've been everywhere. So
Last of Us 2.
yeah,
Seattle,
Chicago.
day 2.
Yeah.
Fucking Santa Ana or whatever nonsense. That whole fucking
Oh
bit.
yeah, that was great. I like that part.
Somebody be reined in, man. Fucking mad professor in there, just writing page after page after page. After like, oh my god, we get it, man. We get it.
I'm gonna be playing that game forever. ever. Well, ladies and gentlemen, until next time, please play some video games.
Peace.
Peace.
Nobody sleeping in the middle of the bed. The middle of the bed is only where you do the business. But when everybody's ready to sleep, it's the side of the bed that can't be beat. It's the middle of the bed where lovers meet. But when it comes time to slumber, it's the edges. Ooh, 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 the edges.